mention Reed Hutchinson, who is listed as the number 2 back on our depth chart behind Drew Irvin, but he had himself one heck of a game, Elijah. Ended up rushing for over 100 yards, 2 touchdowns. We mentioned the 82-yarder on the Wildcat play from the jet sweep, and really had a nice surprise game for Hutchinson.
Yeah, a very good game, and 9 carries for 154 yards and a touchdown. And Drew Irvin didn't have himself a bad day either. 7 carries for 23 yards and a touchdown. So he was very effective on the ground early in that game. And then once Reed Hutchinson, he had 2 big runs. I know one of them in the first half ended up, which was the play where Brick Davis fumbled down in the red zone. That was that series. And then, of course, his 82-yard touchdown run. But you're definitely right, David. That offensive line, we talked about it in the pregame of the last game, that they really needed to find their stride. And I think in that first half, they really started to get a push. So that's something that we didn't see at all last year. They pass protected Brick Davis pretty well, although Brick Davis was 13 for 19 in the first half, but he was throwing a bunch of screen passes. You look at Otterbein's receiving totals, and Travis Laird with 5 catches for 27 yards was the guy who led in the receiving category. So that's also something to look at, is see if Otterbein takes a couple of shots in this game.
10 different players had at least 1 catch in the loss in week 1 to St. John Fisher. So Brick Davis obviously spreading the ball out to a talented receiver group he had. You mentioned he was successful in the first half. Overall, 22 of 37, 148 yards, no interceptions, the 1 fumble, no passing touchdowns. But at the end of the day, you had to be pretty satisfied in his first big-time start on the road how Brick Davis handled himself as a senior QB.
Yeah, I think he managed the game very well, and that's something that we didn't see as much from Sizemore last year. He struggled a bit with that. They tried to take a lot more shots with him. The play calling was a lot different, but I think Brick Davis has started to understand the game more, and he started to realize different coverages and stuff like that. He's not taking as many chances, but at the same time, if the offensive line starts to get a push, expect the run game to be the first thing that Otterbein goes to with the amount of backs that they have back there.
Taking a look at this Marietta Pioneer team, they come into today's game 1-0 after they defeated Kenyon College 29-11 in the first game of the season. They're coming off a 1-9 season a year ago, Elijah, when their only win was against Wilmington, who didn't win a single game all year. Otterbein beat Marietta in a fairly close game, 29-21, here at Memorial Stadium a season ago. But it's a Marietta team that's struggling and has lost a lot of players, and Coach Andy Waddle has a lot to try to recover here going into this week 2 matchup.
Yeah, and David, you talked about a little bit about the last year's game. Marietta had 277 yards rushing and only 89 yards passing, but looking at their game against Kenyon, they have 245 yards passing, and one of the reasons is Akeel Young. He was 7 for 12 with 97 yards and a touchdown before he went out with an injury in that game. And then Lucas Havens came in, did the same thing. He threw 16 passes, 6 for 16, but 148 yards and a touchdown. So this is going to be a different Marietta team. They're very young, and you look at this Marietta team, and Akeel Young is going to be a guy that Otterbein's going to have to stop, and Otterbein struggled a bit in the secondary.
Kenyon scored the first 11 points in that game and then was promptly shut out as the Pioneers scored 29 unanswered points to get the victory in Gambier, Ohio. You mentioned Akeel Young and Lucas Havens. It's got to be a little confusing for Coach Dowd preparing for this game. He didn't know exactly who was going to be running out there at quarterback, and as we look at the practice field right now, Elijah, we see that both quarterbacks have been warming up. They're both in full uniform, so we're not exactly sure who will be going out there at quarterback. It was Young who started in week 1, as you said, went 7 of 12, 97 yards of passing touchdown, went down with an injury early in the second half. Havens replaced him, ended up rushing for 2 touchdowns and another one, but what does Coach Dowd have to do? What has he done in this week leading up, not knowing exactly who's going to be throwing the passes for the Pioneers?
I think that Otterbein, you look at the secondary and you look at the quarterback they had to face in game 1. They had to face Tyler Fenty, who is leading the number 9 team in the country. So none of these guys are going to be like Tyler Fenty. They're not going to be able to create the plays that Tyler Fenty did. One touchdown that Tyler Fenty did throw was a screen pass that Otterbein just didn't pick up at all, but another one was a pass to Campisi, who made a diving catch in the end zone on a beautiful ball from Fenty. I don't see either of whoever starts for Marietta, I don't see either of those guys being a Tyler Fenty type and being able to do the things that he did. So I think Coach Daup kind of got his practice in last week when they got to face Tyler Fenty. They got to face a very good quarterback. And you look at the first half, David, Jordan Shell really shut down the number 1 receiver in Nathan Nagolian for St. John Fisher. So that was very good for Otterbein. So hopefully they can find a way to do that again here today.
Elijah, we asked you what we thought Coach Daup would do about the 2 quarterbacks we could see for the Pioneers. Let's hear what he actually had to say on the Tim Daup Coaches Show this week on 97.5 here on WOBN.
Well, I think, and I've, Coach Moore and I have talked extensively, and Coach Davila about, what we're going to do defensively. They are both a little bit different. They started number 4, I believe that's his number, first until he got hurt.
Right.
I think all along, though, they planned on playing them both during that game because I don't think they had a clear-cut number 1. But then he got hurt, and they brought in the other one. And like I said, I've seen him on film. I mean, he's scrappy. He rushed for 2 touchdowns through it, and brought him back to win. So I think we just got to stay fundamentally sound, no matter who's in there. If we stay fundamentally sound and learn from our mistakes from last week, and we should be okay. They did some things different to us last year with all that unbalanced stuff, and we weren't ready for that. So, we talked this morning about it and how much do we want to prepare for that compared to what we've seen, and I think we still need to prepare for some of that stuff.
So a lot of talent obviously gone on this Marietta team, and it's talent from a team that was only 1-9 a season ago, but they lost a lot. Their top 5 rushers from a season ago are gone. They averaged 165 yards rushing per game in 2013, which was one of the tops in the conference. They lost their 2 quarterbacks who played the most significant amount of time a season ago. Lucas Havens is the top returning passer, only attempted 2 passes a season ago, and they lost their top 2 receivers as well. So a lot of talent gone that they have to replace, Elijah.
Yeah, you're definitely right, David. This is a young football team, and really Tim Connors was one of the guys last year who really stood out for Marietta in this football game, rushing the ball. But, you look at this Marietta team, and it's a team that comes in with not a lot of experience, and I think that really helps Otterbein, because Otterbein last week had to play a team with an All-American, with a possible All-American, with a guy who's been a starting quarterback for 3 years. So this is going to be a game for Otterbein where they're the ones with the most experience, which is something that we didn't normally see at all last year because of how young Otterbein was. And even the sophomores that play for Otterbein are just as experienced as some of the juniors that play for Marietta.
We got to talk with senior cornerback Ty Compton on the Coaches Show this Wednesday on WOBN on how he thought Otterbein would have a chance on stopping this Marietta rushing attack, and this is what he had to say.
Well, defensive backs, we want to focus on reading the run first before we jump anything. We don't want to have a receiver slip behind us for a big play. We also want to get off blocks, get to the ball, rally to the ball. Maybe if one of the linebackers has them stood up, maybe we can come in and get a strip or something like that. But most of the big thing is we just want to get them down. We don't want any broken tackles.
These are the sounds of someone taking their eyes off the road. Texting while driving is more than distracting. It's dangerous. Do yourself a favor. Do us all a favor. When you're on the road, stay off the phone. A message from CTIA, America's Wireless Companies, and the National Safety Council.
Hey everyone, I'm Junior Grant Oppenberg. The crap bazaar.
Across the way on the floor hall, and there's some fans on the field right now about to hold up some signs. Any speculation on what the big announcement could be?
You know, David, I really don't know, but I'm very interested to see what this big announcement is.
Flying down girls' shirts
A lot of other games going on in the Ohio Athletic Conference today, and almost all of them are afternoon kicks that are kicking off right around 1:30 or 2 o'clock today. First is Ohio Northern, and they're up in Korea taking on Baldwin Wallace. Wilmington is in Bexley to take on Heidelberg, and John Carroll will square off in a little bit.
You know what? You can always blame it on the wind at the start.
I'm gonna tell him you're lucky I'm even doing it today. I should really get some water out here. Oh, no, you're fine.
If I do, just yell.
Oh, yeah, you're fine.
Ladies and gentlemen, now taking the field is the sound of Central Ohio. Otterbein University and the Department of Music proudly present your 105th Cardinal Marching Band. Okay, Cardinal fans, let's join our cheerleaders and band in the card spell out. B. A. R. D. S. Let's go Cards! Ladies and gentlemen, please rise, remove your hats, and place your right hand over your heart for the playing of our national anthem, conducted by Associate Director of Bands at Otterbein University, Dr. Michael Young. Marching Band now pays tribute to its alma mater with the playing of the Otterbein Love Song, skillfully arranged by Otterbein alumnus Chris Lehman. Ladies and gentlemen, there are moments in history that matter. Today is one of those moments for Otterbein. Since our founding in 1847, Otterbein has stood on the right side of history as a home to excellence and opportunity to all who seek a better life. And today, we stand together to make history. Today we announce a $50 million campaign that stands strong into the future. To do that, we will invest in our students first. Today, we stand in pride and stake our campaign belief that where we stand matters. And now, as we mark the largest campaign in Otterbein's history, we ask you turn your attention to the Otterbein Marching Band for a new campaign fanfare composed by Marching Band Director Dr. Michael Janczak and Music Department Chairman Dennis Davenport.
Welcome back to Cardinal Football on 97.5 WOB, and this is the Ral Shonda pregame show. And Otterbein would like to remind you that the pregame show is brought to you in part by Ral Shonda, located at 100 West Rock Road in Westerville, open Monday through Saturday for all your automotive needs, sales, service, and body shop. Closed on Sunday to spend time with family. You can find them on the web at ralshonda.com. Ral Shonda, serving the Westerville community since 1965. Well, Elijah, we heard before the game that there would be a big announcement, and we just found out what that big announcement would be. Thanks to the voice of the PA announcer, we found out that Otterbein would like to raise $50 million in a campaign to, I'm assuming, will go to rebuilding some of the buildings on campus and some improvements around the school.
Yeah, this is a big project, and they set it over the PA system. They had a lot of cool confetti that went off, which is all over the field now. So don't know how they're going to clean that up. But
lots of confetti all over the field now, so I'm sure the janitorial staff not too happy about that. The marching band is still out on the field. They unveiled a banner across the way on DeVore Hall that says "Where We Stand Matters" and have 3 banners on the far side fence that says that as well. So a very ambitious project for President Kathy Crindle. And hopefully they can get it and get some improvements around campus.
Yeah, that'd be the hope, and especially as an Otterbein student, that would be cool to see that they are trying to make some changes around campus.
4 minutes till kickoff, says the scoreboard in the south end zone, but the marching band is still on the field, and the players are in the locker room. But first, we will take a look at the starting lineups for both teams. First, from the visitors from the Ohio River.
All right, at first, at quarterback is number 4, Akil Young. The running back is Ashias Stewart, number 31. The fullback, number 83, Josh Yaniza. The wide receiver is number 86, Nicholas Heinman. The other wide receiver is number 6, Tannen Roberts. The tight end is number 44, Tyler Anderson. The left tackle is number 75, Trevor Rick. The left guard is number 52, Michael Belota. The center is number 50, Eric Canterbury. The right guard is going to be number 73, Zach Johnson. The right tackle will be 54, John Burwell. The defensive line will go as follows. Defensive end is going to be number 43, Nick Thompson. The defensive tackle will be Aaron Johnson, number 55. The other defensive tackle will be number 51, Dalton Seacrest. The defensive end, number 10, Joe Ortega, who had a big game against Kenyon. The outside linebackers will be number 29, Tyrell Kyle, and number 2, Cody Rice. The middle linebacker will be Daryl DeWitt. Number 22 is Grant Patterson. He'll play defensive back, along with number 7, Corey Hunsberger, and number 33, Dalton Fix, as well as number 27, Travis Hall. The punter will be Thomas Hinkle. The punt returner will be Zach Pritchard, and the kicker for today will again be Thomas Hinkle.
Marietta comes into today's game 1-0 on the season, 0-0 in conference play. They are coached by second-year head coach Andy Waddle, who is 2-9 in his time at Marietta. He spent 8 years on the staff at Wittenberg, where he was a student athlete before that and an all-NCAC defensive back. The offensive coordinator for Marietta is Alan Eastep, and the defensive coordinator is Andy Stillman. And we would like here on WOBN to offer our sad condolences and our heartful prayers to Andy Waddle and his family, as we heard over the weekend that his infant daughter, Arlie Grace, passed away of a rare disease, and we would like to offer our condolences to his entire family. Wittenberg will be wearing stickers on their helmets in their game with DePaul today to commemorate the loss of their young daughter, so hopefully his family can stay strong through this and they can make it through this tough time.
Yeah, David, and that's a sad story that we heard earlier this week, and I know a lot of people here at Otterbein, know him as well as his family, so this is going to be an emotional day for him, and definitely that's going to be something that in the Marietta locker room is going to inspire this team.
The starting lineup for your hometown Otterbein Cardinals, first in the backfield. Splitting time at running back will be number 6, Drew Irvin, and number 27, Reed Hutchinson. The fullback will be number 37, Dylan Wares. The wide receivers will be number 86, Logan Stepp, and number 9, Travis Laird. And in the slot will be number 15, Ryan Toombs. The tight end will be number 84, Bryson Ray. The offensive line will go as followed, left to right. Left tackle, number 75, Justin Kristoff. Number 64, Jared Withers. Number 66, Grant Knoppenberger. Number 70, Ryan Mickle. And number 50, Case Troyer, the quarterback for your Otterbein Cardinals. Number 4, the senior from Chillicothe, Ohio, 6'3", 205 pounds, who completed 22 of 37 passes for 148 yards in the first game, Brick Davis. The defense for the Otterbein Cardinals, the ends will be number 51, Evan Bergstein, and number 45, Kyle Blust. The nose guard, number 68, Tyler Green. The outside backers, number 12, Will Brett, and number 47, Zach Hamilton. Inside will be number 3, Austin Jones, and number 22, Preston Pearson. The defensive backfield will be as followed. The cornerbacks, number 5, Ty Compton, and number 28, Jordan Shell. At the safety position, number 7, Jordan Boniface is the strong safety. Number 11, Ryan Moore, the free safety. Kicking off and will be number 30, Anthony Ween for the Tannen Cardinal, and handling the place kicking duties, number 25, Alana Gaither, while punting will be number 24, Jordan Keaton. Otterbein comes into today's game 0-1, 0-0 in conference play. They are coached by third-year head coach Tim Dowd, who is 13-8 overall in his time here in Westerville. He's an Otterbein grad from the class of 92, where he was a former offensive lineman. The offensive coordinator for the Tannen Cardinal will be Dan D'Amico, and the defensive coordinator will be Alan Moore. Well, the players are just about set to take the field, and the captains are about to head towards the logo at midfield. Otterbein's captains are their center, Grant Knoppenberger, their linebacker, Zach Hamilton, their cornerback, Ty Compton. And they're just about set to take the field for the opening kickoff. And the field looks great, Elijah, and it's certainly an exciting time around campus. And taking a look here at the grandstands of Memorial Stadium, they hold about 5,000, and I cannot see many empty seats. This place is packed for this homecoming matchup.
Yeah, and David, it's great to see Ohio State has the bye week. It's a perfect storm for an Otterbein game to be a packed place here, and homecoming will be coming up at halftime as well. So a lot of festivities here at Otterbein, a lot of excitement as the Cardinals are deferring and kicking off here to begin the game.
Otterbein did defer, so they will kick off. 80 degrees is our game time temperature. Overcast, a 10% chance of rain. Doing the kickoff duties for the Tannin Cardinal, number 30 is Anthony Ween. He has the ball set on the 35-yard line, and we're just about start for this game. Otterbein in their home Cardinal tops with the tan bottoms and the tan helmets and the red O on their helmets and white numerals and white lettering. Marietta in their visiting white uniforms with blue shields, silver helmets, and blue pants. Ween, the sophomore, takes a 3-step drop, and we're just about set for the opening kickoff. Back deep to return is number 13, Messiah McDaniel, the freshman. And the ball falls off of the tee, and we get some whistles before the kick, and they'll have to reset it up. A little bit of wind is blowing in from the south, Elijah, and it's blowing our WOBN banner back up in our face, but the wind might be a factor in today's game. And another whistle early as the official is pointing down towards the north end zone.
He wanted a reset of the play clock, I believe.
He got the play clock reset, and we are all, after 3 false starts, hopefully ready to start this homecoming football game. Ween steps into it, puts a right foot into it, and we are underway from Memorial Stadium. An end-over-end kick will not be fielded at the 5-yard line by McDaniels as he lets it go over his head and bounce into the end zone. And Marietta will start this drive on their own 20-yard line.
And David, we saw there, you know, the rubber pellets pop up from when the ball hit the ground. So a lot on the ground today, and expect a lot of raspberries in this game.
And it looks like it will be Lucas Havens coming out to quarterback this team. Havens, the junior, wearing number 11. He ran for 2 touchdowns and passed for another in the Week 1 victory over Heidelberg. Kenyon. They'll come out with a full house backfield. A pair of running backs to either side of him, one in the pistol. Otterbein showing blitz. Now they're going to motion out into the slot. The shotgun snap. They're going to give it up the middle around the corner. Actually keeps himself. Cuts back inside. And there to meet him is Will Brett, the first man to make contact. It'll be about a pickup of 2 for the quarterback, Lucas Havens.
Yeah, and a good play there. Marietta, David, we see right here come out and run the ball right away. They had over 200 yards rushing in the last game against Otterbein.
The Pennsylvania native Havens back to the shotgun. They'll have Isaiah Stewart and Messiah McDaniels flanking him in the backfield. Now they're going to motion out. The tight end Tyler Anderson goes to the far side of the field. 2 tight ends set. 2 receivers to the near side, pistol formation. The snap, the give to McDaniels. He's cutting towards the far sideline. He's got the first down as he's going towards the far sideline. He's finally tripped up, and he is tackled and brought down by, appears to be Preston Pearson, and that'll be the first down of the game. Correction, Jordan Shell in the tackle.
Yeah, Messiah McDaniel, David, he had a big day against Otterbein against Kenyon in their first matchup earlier this season. So expect him to run the ball a lot and get a lot of carries for this Marietta team.
Tannen Roberts, the receiver to the near side for the Pioneers. Havens in the shotgun. Messiah McDaniels in the pistol formation behind him. Now they're going to motion their tight end back into the backfield, and he'll line up in a 3-point stance next to the quarterback. He fakes the give. He rolls out the pass, feeling the pressure quickly. He's going to have to unload, throws, and in and out of the hands of his receiver on the near side, as it looked like he was trying to get it to his tight end that time, Josh Yanzel, and it falls incomplete, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Otterbein coming with a lot of pressure that time, and they almost got to Havens.
Yeah, and Yaneza right there dove for that ball. Good effort, but couldn't catch it, and even if he had caught it, probably would have been a 1-yard gain. So right there, good job by Otterbein of putting pressure early.
13:48 in the first quarter. Marietta on their opening drive of the ball game, and they're facing a 2nd down and 10 from the 37-yard line in their own territory. They're going to motion over their tight end, number 44, Tyler Anderson. Back from the left side to the right side now. He switches again to the right side, and he'll line up as a slot receiver. 2 receivers to the near side in the pistol formation. A high snap, and Havens doesn't give it off. He throws a screen pass instead, and he gets it out to his receiver, who bounces off 1 tackle, spins, and tries to fight his way. They can't break a second tackle as Tannen Roberts got it on the near sideline on the screen pass. A little bit of a broken play that time, Elijah, but they're able to pick up about 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and 8 now for the Pioneers.
Yeah, and smart by Tannen Roberts to catch that ball because it looked like a backward pass from Havens to Tannen Roberts, but Austin Jones as well as Ty Compton were right there to meet him.
Back to the pistol formation they go. Otterbein will come with 4 down linemen on this play. And there's 3 receivers to the far sideline as the clock's winding. 3:08. 3rd down and 8. Looks to throw a quick slant to Roberts. He has him at the 40. He breaks 1 tackle out across the 50-yard line, and he's finally tripped up. And it looks like it was Ryan Moore who might have made a save that time of a gain of 20 yards or more. It'll be another 1st down for the Pioneers as they got him on a quick slant route to Roberts. And he takes it across the 1st down sticks and picks up about 10 more yards and is now in Otterbein territory.
Yeah, and Ryan Moore had a big day, 13 tackles in game 1. But right there, Tannen Roberts doing the same thing that Otterbein did against St. John Fisher early, throw that screen pass.
1st and 10, ball on the Otterbein 44-yard line as both tight ends will motion from the left side to the right side for the Pioneers. In the pistol formation, McDaniel's in the backfield. They're going to give it to him up the middle. He looks to run forward, and he goes behind his center, and he's able to lower his shoulder pads and pick up about 3 yards before Austin Jones brings him down.
Yeah, nice play there by Austin Jones, making sure he wraps up. McDaniel's been getting the carries for Marietta today.
Here we see the no-huddle offense. They're looking to go quickly. It's again a give up the middle to McDaniels, and he goes absolutely nowhere as he is wrapped up in the backfield by the nose guard, Tyler Green, who busted through the offensive line and broke that play up, only a gain of 1, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and 5 now for the Pioneers.
Yeah, it looks like right there Tyler Green got in between the center and the guard right there, and a good job of breaking through with a little swim move.
Marietta completed 6 of 17 3rd down attempts against Kenyon. Havens looks to the sideline to get the call from Waddle. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Pistol formation. McDaniels, the lone running back. Otterbein with 4 down linemen. The snap, 3-step drop, looking to pass. Otterbein comes with pressure, throws, and it's over the head of Roberts. He threw it before Roberts turned around, and it looked like Shell was playing tight coverage on him on the far sideline, and it goes out of bounds, and it'll bring up 4th down and decision time for head coach Andy Waddle.
Yeah, we saw, Tannen Roberts, and it looks like the offense is going to stay on the field, but we saw Tannen Roberts make a play earlier in the game, so Otterbein said, let's put Jordan Shell, who did a great job against Nathan Nagolian on him, and right there, a timing play that just didn't work for Marietta.
100% on 4th down conversions this year. 3 for 3 are the Pioneers. They're going to go for it. 4th and 5, ball on the 39-yard line. They're going to give it to McDaniel up the middle. Actually, Havens kept it, and he goes absolutely nowhere, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Otterbein will take over with good field position, as it looked like it was a combination that time of Austin Jones and Will Brett to make the tackle, and Otterbein will get the ball back at the 39-yard line.
Yeah, and right there, David, a great job by the Otterbein front line there. Got a good push and kept Marietta from getting that 5 yards that they needed. And we'll see if that sparks Otterbein here and gives them an early touchdown.
Here comes Brick Davis leading his team out onto the field. There'll be 2 running backs in the backfield with him. Drew Irvin standing to his left. Reed Hutchinson in the pistol formation behind him. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side, and Aaron Thompson. Marietta looking like they're going to bring blitz off the edge. The shotgun snap, they're going to give it to Hutchinson up the middle. He's looking to run, and he carries it right behind the block of Grant Knoppenberger as he's about to bring up. As he's able to pick up about 2 yards on that carry, bring up 2nd down and 8 as the clock is running. 11:28 to play in the first half. No score here from homecoming at Memorial Stadium, and Otterbein gets a quick call from the sidelines, no huddle. And now they're going to go to the same formation they were just in with 2 running backs in the backfield. Thompson, the receiver, to the near side. Now they're going to split out Hutchinson to the far side, and the give is to Drew Irvin up the middle, and he tried to bounce it towards the outside, and the football might have popped out. Marietta says they have it, and they do. A turnover for Otterbein on the second play of the game, and the Pioneers will take over in Otterbein territory. So Irvin's first carry of the game, he puts the ball on the new turf, and he's clearly frustrated with himself as he comes off the sideline that time. But Otterbein trying to confuse the Pioneers as they split Reed Hutchinson to the far side, and it was a bunch of diversion as they give it to Drew Irvin up the middle. He fumbles the ball, and the Pioneers will take over on the 43-yard line with a 1st and 10 with 11:05 to go.
Yeah, Coach Daup did not look happy with Ryan Nickel there. It looked like he missed his assignment, and that was the reason that Drew Irvin got that ball stripped from him. But a new starter on the offensive line, Jared Withers, is getting the start for Otterbein as Michael Zaki is out with an injury.
Havens in shotgun formation. Clay Moorfield will motion across the field to the near side and line up as the receiver in the slot. Now he's going to motion back to the left side. 3 receivers to the far sideline in the shotgun pistol formation. He's going to throw it to him in the screen. He looks to take it towards the outside, and he has absolutely nothing as he's wrapped up and tackled. They're about a 2-yard gain as it was Murfield who came up with the reception. He'll bring down up second down and 8. Will Brett on the tackle.
Yeah, great play there by Will Brett, chasing him down and making a nice tackle there to save a big game because upfield, Marietta had some room.
Oh, the Pioneers with a lot of shifting as we approach 5 minutes gone here in this first quarter, still scoreless again. In the pistol formation, 3 receivers to the near side. Otterbein's quarterbacks creep up, and they might have went off sides, and they did. The penalty flag's thrown. It's a free play. It's not going to count for anything. They hand it off the middle to McDaniel. He only gained 2 yards, but clear as day, Otterbein jumped off sides at the time of the snap, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, and right there, Otterbein, that's just a little bit of undisciplined play there.
As we get the call from our
offside, the penalty
apparently no field mic for our referees today, so we'll just have to go with it, and that will be a second down and 4 now upcoming for the Pioneers as they break their huddle. Clock winding, 10:23 to go in the first quarter, still scoreless. Havens in the shotgun, fullback to his left, 2 receivers to the near side. McDaniel standing behind him. He's going to motion McDaniel out to the near side now. 3-step drop looking to pass. Here comes Otterbein with the pressure. Throws across the middle. He has it to Anderson where he's upended by Jordan Boniface right near the first down sticks. That was his tight end, Tyler Anderson, who was his favorite target in the victory over Kenyon. Had a touchdown in 97 yards, and he's going to be about a yard short of the first down sticks as the clock continues to wind. 10:04 to go here in the first quarter, and now the officials are going to blow it dead, and I think they're going to ask for a chain measurement. It's about as close as you can get, Elijah. The sticks on the far sideline are at the 33-yard line. It looks like the nose of the ball is right there on the field, and we're going to get an official measurement, and they're going to just go ahead and say first down. So it will be a first down for the Pioneers. A fresh first down and 10. Clock winding under 10 minutes. Now Haven takes the shotgun snap, gives it to McDaniels, who looks to cut off to the left tackle, and absolutely nothing as he is wrapped up by a trio of red jerseys, brought him down in the backfield.
Yeah, that was a good play there by Otterbein, and number 42, Nick Toledo, was one of the players who got in on that tackle there and broke through that front line of Marietta. Otterbein's done a good job of getting a push and not allowing Marietta to get the push up front that they need to get big gains rushing the football.
Every snap has been in pistol formation, and this one is no different. 4 receivers on the field, 3 to the near side, 1 to the far side. The shotgun snap, Otterbein coming with a blitz, looks to throw, throws across the middle of the field, and he's wrapped up by Shell, and it's completed right in front of the first down chains. And a good job by Shell, to wrap him up and bring him down, and it'll bring up a third down now for the Pioneers.
Yeah, Lanessa was the one there who made the catch, tried to fight through that tackle made by Jordan Shell, but good job of just hanging on there. And now it's a third and manageable situation for Marietta.
3rd and 4, and this is the first time all game we've seen an empty backfield for the Pioneers. Havens all by himself, 4 receivers on the field. Anderson, the tight end on the near side, he looks to pass, and he's going to quickly come with a design run. He gets past 1, and he looks like he stumbled across the first down chains. That was a design run all the way, a 2-step drop, and then he took off right behind his left tackle, and he cut back towards the middle of the field, and looks to be enough for a first down, and it is. The 3rd first down on this drive for the Pioneers, and the clock will stop at 8:40 as they reset the chains, and now it restarts again. Ball at the 22-yard line.
Yeah, and Otterbein was not in a contain there, so no one had an eye on Havens, and he just took off, saw the lane on the design run.
Messiah McDaniel in pistol formation, standing behind Lucas Havens, the junior. 4 receivers on the field. The shotgun snap. Throws it quickly to his tight end on the near side on a screen, and not biting on it was Jordan Boniface, who made a good shoestring tackle to prevent the tight end from getting too far down the field. That was number 86, Nick Heinman, the sophomore from Pennsylvania, and maybe picked up about 1 yard on the play, and it'll bring up second down and 9 now for Marietta as they move quickly in the shotgun formation. 3 receivers on the field, 3-step drop, looking to pass, pressure coming, throws it towards the end zone, and it's almost picked off by Shell. And it looked like Will Brett coming around the end, and he got a good shot on Havens that time, right when he was letting go of the ball, and he overthrew his receiver. Shell almost had a hand on it for an interception at the 1-yard line, but it falls to the turf, and it'll bring up another third down for Marietta.
Yeah, and Havens right there, a bad throw there is he might as well have just taken the sack, but he saw Will Brett out of the corner of his eye and just tried to chuck it up to Hyman, who was kind of open, but Shell was right there on the coverage, and Hyman very big, and you know, he's a very physical receiver, so Otterbein's corners had their hands full.
Third down and 8. Tyler Anderson, the tight end, to the near side, and he drops back to pass. 3-step drop, looking to throw, gets it off into the flat to his running back as he carries. He leaps, and he's put down to the turf. What a hit that was by, so we see a number as he gets from the pile.
It's Ty Compton.
It is
there.
Ty Compton, number 5, the senior cornerback. Hit with some authority, and he stops him about 2 yards short of the sticks. It was completed to Messiah McDaniel, the freshman back. A little swing pass out of the backfield, and it'll bring up a 4th down. And Coach Waddle appears like he's going to go for it. Why not? 4 for 4 on the season. Has yet to been stopped on 4th down conversions. This one, 4th and 3, clock winding, 7:20 to go. Ball at the 15-yard line. Pistol formation. Havens takes the give, gives it up the middle, keeps it. He's going to carry it himself, has the first down, and a shoestring touchdown saving tackle by, looks like Will Brett it was. Lucas Havens had a clear path to the end zone. Will Brett tackled him at the legs and saved a touchdown for Otterbein. It is a first down. Ball at the 2-yard line. Marietta threatening to put it in for the first touchdown of the game. And they come out quickly in formation, but not before we have a whistle on the field. And the officials are going to call time for some substitutions to be made, and quickly Otterbein makes those substitutions. Here's the snap to give up the middle, and Otterbein couldn't get the substitutions in quickly enough as they tackle him in the backfield, but there is a penalty flag on the play. And it looks like Otterbein was offsides trying to get that substitution into the play. It looked like it might have been number 38, Miles Crawley, who was coming off the sidelines. It was. And they're going to flag him for being offsides, and that'll move it 1 yard forward for the Pioneers. So half the distance is only a few inches for Marietta as they're inches away from the goal line. They'll come out in power formation now. Otterbein brings all their big guys into the defensive line. Ball on the 1 yard line. Clock winding, 6:53. Havens under center for the first time all game. Gives it up the middle, cutting to the tackle side, and Otterbein meets him there and brings him down. And he looks like he might have lost a yard that time. And who made the first contact, Elijah? It was number 38, Miles Crawley, who's just substituted into the game and got the penalty flag thrown on him.
Yeah, and then Austin Jones there almost tried to strip it out. But right now, David Otterbein is really stopping Marietta when they try and just hand it off to McDaniel. They've really struggled when they try and run that read option out of the pistol. So we'll see if Marietta goes back to that anytime soon.
New running back into the game for the Pioneers, number 34, Nick O'Neal, the freshman from Texas. He's standing in pistol formation behind Havens. Havens with 3 receivers on the field. He's going to give it off to his running back, cutting towards the left tackle. And again, he is denied as it looks like Will Brett again got to the outside that time, along with Nick Toledo, and they stop him about a few inches short of that goal line. It will bring up 3rd down, and we have an injured Pioneer on the field, and that will stop the clock with 6 minutes.
Yeah, and this is a big injury, David, because that's the center, Canterbury, who's down on the ground. Number 50, I believe, is the one that is down and injured. But David Otterbein has really stopped Marietta's rushing attack when they just try and hand it off to the running back. We saw Marietta pick up the yardage they needed on 4th down and to get them in this position off of a read option play out of that pistol. So we'll see if they even think about going back to that, because right now, David, I mean, they're getting stopped up front and they're really struggling.
It is Eric Canterbury, the sophomore center, number 50, 6 foot, 276 pounds, and he is right on the goal line in the south end zones. And now the medical staff is going to help him to his feet, and he'll get a nice round of applause from this crowd here at Memorial Stadium as he limps his way over towards the sideline. On our depth chart, the backup center for the Pioneers is number 62, E.J. Epley, the junior. So we'll see if he comes in to replace him and do the snapping skills.
And David, right now, you know, Heineman stands at 6'2". So see if they, you know, maybe run him on a fade route or run a screen to Tannen Roberts right now, because really their rushing attack, I don't think they're going to find their way into the end zone with the way it's been going right now.
They go back to Messiah McDaniel as the running back in pistol formation. Clock is winding, 5:48, ball on the 6-inch line as they try to pound it in for the first touchdown. Little misdirection play that time. Lucas Havens keeps it himself, and he dives for the end zone. And they're going to say he's again a couple inches short. Messiah McDaniel thought the handoff was to the right side. Lucas Haven thought the handoff was to the left side. A broken play as he tries to dive for the end zone. He's not going to get it. They're going to go for it on 4th and 2. Quickly, Havens looking to get the quarterback sneak. I don't think he got it. He did not get it.
There.
No signal yet.
They say no.
No signal. Otterbein defense holds on the 1-yard line, and they'll take over with 99 yards of turf in front of them.
And what a play there by Otterbein. First, the misdirection play. It looked like a little bit of miscommunication between McDaniel and Havens. And if McDaniel had got that handoff, David, that would have been an easy touchdown for Marietta. But because of the confusion, Marietta doesn't get the touchdown. Then they try and sneak it in Otterbein. They're not going to allow Marietta to get in on a sneak after the last 3 plays. They stopped them up front.
So the Otterbein defensive line holds as they keep Lucas Haven and his Marietta Pioneers out of the end zone, and we remain scoreless with 5:19 to play in the first quarter. Otterbein taking over at about their 1-inch line, it looks like, with a long way to go in front of them.
And David, you think that Coach Daup realized his wrong decision in the last game? He's not going with the Wildcat this time.
We will see Brick Davis along with Reed Hutchinson and Drew Irvin, 2 tight ends on the field. Shotgun snap, give us to Irvin. Irvin looking to get out of the end zone. He lowers his shoulder pads as he cuts towards that left tackle, and he gets out of the end zone and looks like he might pick up about 1 yard, and it'll bring down up 2nd down for the Tannin Cardinal. And you mentioned it, Elijah. Safeties can kill you. Coach Daup knows that personally after that Week 1 loss to St. John Fisher. And sometimes if you can just run 2 other plays here, maybe just punt the ball and get out without getting a safety, you'll consider that a success.
Yeah, and David, they might think about throwing a screen here. Get Brick Davis involved a little bit in the offense. I know you're taking a risk by putting him in the end zone.
Ryan Toombs checks into the game as the slot receiver. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Aaron Thompson, the receiver on the near side. Hutchinson, the running back in the backfield. They're going to give it to Hutchinson, and he might have got tackled for a safety as he's cutting towards the tackle, and they're going to say he got out of the end zone. Initial contact was made in that south end zone, and it's about as close as you can get to that white goal line. And that was actually Irvin who took it towards the right tackle that time. And it'll bring up 3rd down and 10 as Brick Davis looks over to the sideline and gets the calls from Coach Daup.
And we'll see if Daup goes with the conservative play call and just try and run it out of the end zone. But right now, with the push that both offensive lines, both Otterbein and Marietta, getting no push up front. So you might think about throwing it here.
We have yet to see Brick Davis under center, and we're not going to this time either as he comes out in shotgun, but doesn't like what he sees and calls a quick timeout as the play clock had reached 4 seconds. So with 3:55, Otterbein calls their first timeout of the game, and we still remain scoreless, Elijah. And what has been a very strange game, to say the least. Otterbein's defense doing the job. Marietta had it 1st down and goal, ball on the 2-yard line, and the Cardinal defense holds, keeps them out of the end zone. But now Otterbein finds themselves in the shadow of their own goal line, trying not to get 2 points against them.
Yeah, and so far, this game has been all defense. Marietta comes up, and the reason they got down there was because of a fumble from Drew Irvin. So right now, we're really seeing a defensive battle between these 2 teams, and we'll see if that continues. But right now, Otterbein might think about continuing to run the ball and just go with a conservative play call, or you allow Brick Davis, you show him that he has some faith, that you have some faith in Brick Davis, and maybe have him throw a little slant or a post route here, or even go with a play action and go deep. I know that Marietta might be coming on a blitz, but maybe you get him in a bite.
Otterbein yet to get a 1st down in this game. The Pioneers have 5. Otterbein only 4 yards so far in the first quarter, coming via the rush, 0 passing yards. 35 yards rushing for the Pioneers, 37 passing yards, 2 penalties on the Cardinals, and of course the 1 fumble from Drew Irvin. Well, they're going to come out in the shotgun formation with 2 receivers to the near side, and Travis Laird and Ryan Toombs. Drew Irvin standing to the left of Brick Davis, and Davis is screaming at Brett to motion into the backfield, and he does. Takes the snap, looking to pass, rolling towards the near side, booting out, throws. He has it complete to Laird. Laird out across the 10-yard line. And he's pushed out of bounds, and it looks like it might be enough for a 1st down. So a risky move and a call for Coach Daup that time to pass on 3rd down in your own end zone, and it works out for the first down of the game for Otterbein. Move the chains.
And I like that, David. Go to your senior. Make him make a play, and Brick Davis right there rolled out, made a nice throw to Travis Laird, and a good play and a pickup of a 1st down.
Reed Hutchinson will check back into the game now, and he will join Drew Irvin and Brick Davis in the backfield as they all look at their wristbands to get the play. Ryan Toombs will be the receiver in the slot to the far side. Travis Laird will be the receiver off the line to the top of this field. And shotgun snap with 2 running backs in the backfield. They're going to give it to Hutchinson on a little counter. And Hutchinson carries it off tackle, and he's able to fall forward for about 2 yards. And that'll bring up a 3rd down here, 2nd down rather, for the Tannin Cardinal.
Hutchinson really the speed back on this team so far early in the season.
Substitution confusion for Otterbein as they're not sure who they want to run in there at running back, and Drew Irvin is the one who comes off the field. Hutchinson will stay out there, and Otterbein will bring Bryson Ray, their tight end, into the game for the first time. He'll line up on the right side of the formation. 2 receivers at the top of the field, 1 to the near side. Reed Hutchinson standing to the left of his quarterback. He's going to ride it out and give it to him as he's jet sweeping towards the far side of the field. He's out across the 20-yard line. Oh, is his shoulder pad? Shoulder pads, excuse me, and he carries it across the first down sticks. Second first down of the drive for Otterbein.
Very similar play to the one that he scored a touchdown on at St. John Fisher. Went off the sweep, this time off Brick Davis, and a good pickup there. Good blocking from Travis Laird on the outside, as well as Ryan Toombs, and they pick up the first down.
Clock winding, 2:40 to go in the first quarter, still scoreless. 3 receivers on the field. Shotgun snap again to Hutchinson. Hutchinson makes a nice little move, and he's not able to get anywhere as he tries to cut it towards the near sideline, and he's bounced down. And it looks like he might have got back to the original line of scrimmage, but not much. And it'll bring up 2nd down and 10 for the Tanner Cardinals.
Yeah, right there. Hutchinson went east to west, David, and really was just trying to shake a couple of Marietta defenders, but Marietta not being able to be shook, and he's tackled for no gain.
Thompson, the receiver, to the near side. Toombs, Bryson Ray, and Travis Laird, the receivers, to the far side of the field. Marietta looks like they're going to show blitz. It's a quick pass, and it's tipped in, batted back, and he was looking to get it to Aaron Thompson on a little comeback route that time, but the defensive end for the Pioneers was able to bust through and knock it backwards. And fortunate for the Pioneers, because it looked like Thompson would have had some wide open room if he could have made the catch, and it will bring up a 3rd down and 10 for Otterbein.
Yeah, and Joe Ortega was the guy who blocked that pass, David. He had a big game getting a forced fumble in their win against Kenyon.
So Brick Davis will come out in shotgun formation, empty backfield, 5 receivers on the field. Obvious passing down here on 3rd and 10, clock at 2 minutes. Looks to pass, feeling the pressure, throws across the middle, and it is tipped and in and out of the hands of his tight end, Bryson Ray. It wouldn't have been enough for a first down if he caught it. He still would have been about 3 yards shy of the sticks, and it'll bring up 4th down, and it'll bring the punting unit onto the field for Otterbein.
Yeah, good breakup pass there by Corey Huntsberger. And now Otterbein's going to have to punt, and we'll see Jordan Keaton punt for the first time. He had a couple of good punts at St. John Fisher.
Jordan Keaton punted 7 times in Rochester, averaging 35.7 yards per kick as the Central Crossing graduate. Back deep is Clay Moore, the freshman wearing number 3 for the Pioneers, standing at his own 35-yard line. Keaton gets his right foot into it. It's a high punt and spiraling, and it will be picked, actually hit off of Moore, and the ball's loose as it kicks across the 30-yard line, and he loses it as it squirts out of bounds. And Moorfield did not know what he wanted to do with that kick, as he thought he was going to let it bounce, but then when it did take a bounce, it hit off his shoulder pad, and then he tried to fall on it, and it falls out of bounds. Luckily for the Pioneers, because Otterbein had 3 red jerseys there waiting to bounce on it if it didn't. So a little further in their territory now are the Pioneers, as they will start this drive on the 24-yard line. 1:48 to go in the first quarter, still scoreless here from Memorial Stadium.
Yeah, Aaron Myers and John Piles were the 2 guys that were down there, David, and it looked like Piles may have got a hand on it, and Myers tried to fall on it, but they couldn't recover it. Now Marietta has the ball.
And it looks like Marietta is going to go with number 31, Isaiah Stewart, the junior running back on this drive in the pistol formation. They give it to Stewart up the middle, and he goes nowhere, as it was, looked like it was Austin Jones.
Looks like
the
they're
middle
going to call a
linebacker,
fumble.
who came out of nowhere, and a little pushing and shoving after the play as Austin Jones loses his helmet, and they're going to say the Pioneers fell back on top of it, as Stewart got nothing on that one, and it was blown up by the Tri-Valley graduate sophomore linebacker Austin Jones.
And watch for Austin Jones to strip a ball out of the hands of a running back today, because we saw him do it down near the goal line when Marietta was down in the red zone against Otterbein, and then right there he strips that one out and almost causes a turnover.
2nd and 10 yards to go, clock winding, 1:22 to go in the first quarter. From the shotgun is Lucas Havens. He's going to give it up the middle, or actually keeps it and throws it out on a screen pass, and in and out of the hands of his receiver on the far side of the field. Faked us out, as it looked like he had given it up the middle to his running back, but he held on to it and tried to fake Otterbein out with a screen pass, but in and out of the hands of his receiver, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, that was Darnell Clem who dropped that pass. David and Ty Compton recovered it, thought it was a backwards pass. Lucas Havens has to start being careful with that, because that last one, David, he came probably about a yard away from that being a fumble.
3 for 4 on 3rd down conversion so far today are the Pioneers. They're going to shift their tight end, and he's going to be the receiver on the slot to the far side. 4 receivers on the field. Stewart standing in the backfield with Havens in a pistol formation, and they're going to give it to him up the middle on 3rd down and 10, and he's able to carry for about 3 yards, but he'll bring up 4th down in Marietta territory. I'm assuming we'll see the punt team come on for Coach Waddle, and that's exactly what will happen with 1 minute and 1 second to go in the first quarter.
And David, you know, we look at Marietta, and this is the first time that they've punted. We saw them go for it on 4th down already 3 times in this game, and Zach Pritchard, obviously, the Marietta coaching staff doesn't really have a lot of faith in him, as he probably could have kicked a field goal and put Marietta on the board, but instead they tried to go for it and didn't get it.
Thomas Hinkle is the punter for the Pioneers. He wears number 15, sophomore. Kicked 16 times against Kenyon last week, 38.3 yards per kick. The snap is a little to his left. He gets it off, though, and it's a knuckleballer that hangs up in the air. Brenner's going to field it at the 40-yard line and go nowhere as he's wrapped up, and he's able to fall maybe for about a yard. And Otterbein will start their drive at the 39-yard line, but a good job from Brenner. He caught that one in traffic. He's able to hold on to it, and Otterbein will start in decent territory.
Yeah, and punt returns were something that Otterbein really struggled with at St. John Fisher, and we saw Christian Brett is no longer the punt returner, and Cole Benner has taken his spot at that and doing that job.
Otterbein just 2 first downs. There's 26 seconds to go in a scoreless first quarter here from homecoming from Memorial Stadium. And again, as we've seen all day, it'll be Brick Davis, the senior quarterback from Chillicothe, coming out in shotgun formation. Standing to his left is the running back, Drew Irvin. Twins formation on the field. 3-step drop, looking to pass, throws it across the middle, looking for Toombs, and he has it out across the 40-yard line to the 35. A first down for Otterbein. One quarterback to a former quarterback, and Otterbein has their 3rd first down of the game.
Yeah, and right there, David, I think that's the longest pass we've seen Brick Davis throw all season long. That's been only 2 games in, but still a nice pass and a nice throw from Brick Davis, and good pass protection as well from the line.
Just the 2nd completion of the game for the senior quarterback, Cole Benner, now on the field as a receiver. 5 receivers on the field for the Cardinals. Drew Irvin in the backfield standing to his left, and now Davis is going to call an audible for his offensive line as the clock is winding. Just 1 second left. He gets the snap off. He's going to throw a little screen route to Irvin. Irvin catches it in the flats, and he's able to carry it near the 30-yard line, and that will bring us to the end of a scoreless first quarter. Otterbein with the possession of the ball. A 2nd down coming up. Ball on the 36-yard line as we will take our first break on the Otterbein Sports Radio Network. You're listening to Otterbein Football, 97.5 WOBN. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Fewer than 5 out of 100 people give blood. Ever wonder why they do it?
It's the one thing that we can do that we can always afford to do, and hey, you get a snack afterwards. So
snacks are great. I had never knew my blood type, and I found out in doing this that I'm O negative, so there's that added pressure knowing that everyone can use my blood at any time, and so I feel like it's my responsibility.
It's a little extra bragging power too, knowing that you're a universal giver.
Yeah, I'm pretty special.
Call 1-800-RED-CROSS or visit redcrossblood.org to make an appointment today.
When I grow up, I want to be a new pair of blue jeans. When I grow up, I want to be a kid's first computer. I want to be a warm place on a cold day. Football stadium. I want to be a bike that races around the country. I want to be a bench on a forest trail. When I grow up, I don't want to be a piece of garbage. And if you recycle me, I won't be.
Give your garbage another...
Start of the second quarter, homecoming from Memorial Stadium, still scoreless. David Kinder and Elijah Gonzalez coming at you here on 97.5 WOBN, bringing you all today's action. Otterbein facing a 2nd down and 5, ball at the 31-yard line. 4 receivers in a Twins formation for Otterbein. Drew Irvin standing to the left of his quarterback, showing blitz of the Pioneers. He throws it across the middle. He's looking for Benner as he faked the give to Irvin, and Benner was coming on a little curl route, and he had him wide open near the first down sticks, but he overshot him. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and 5 for the Tannen Cardinal.
Yeah, we saw them run that play at St. John Fisher, and Kyle Pisano wasn't looking for the ball down in the red zone, and right there, Brick Davis just kind of rushed that throw a bit, didn't set his feet, but Cole Benner was wide open there, could have had a big gain.
Again, going with the shotgun formation. It's Laird, Toombs, and Benner, the receivers on the near side. Aaron Thompson, the receiver to the far side. They're going to give it to Irvin with a little counter up the middle, and he's able to carry it behind the block of his center, Grant Knoppenberger, and he's near that first down chain. The marker is at the 26-yard line, and that's about where the ball's spotted. Looks like it might be enough for a Cardinal first down. No sign yet, and they're going to say it's a little short, and it's going to bring up a 4th down and inches for Otterbein. And no punter coming on the field or field goal kicker. Otterbein is going to go for this one. A good call from Coach Daup as he has a big running back in the backfield, and I imagine that's who we'll see carry it as everyone gets the sign from Coach Daup, looks at their wristbands, and they get into formation. It will be Aaron Thompson, the receiver to the far side. Cole Benner will be the receiver in the slot to the far side. Two receivers to the near side. Drew Irvin standing to the left of Brick Davis. Takes the shotgun snap, gives it to Irvin up the middle, and he plows right behind his center. He's able to pick up the fourth first down of the game for Otterbein. He'll move the sticks with 14:08 to go here in the first half in a scoreless football game.
And it's tough to stop Drew Irvin when he starts going downhill, and we saw it at St. John Fisher, David. They let Gannis kick a long field goal, and he missed it short, so this time they decide to go for it, and they get it.
Four receivers on the field. Irvin in the backfield with his quarterback. They fake the give. They're going to throw it to Benner. Benner has it in the flats out across the 20-yard line. Makes one man miss before he's wrapped up and brought down on the near sideline. A good little play that time to pick up some positive yard to the first reception of the game for Cole Benner, and it'll bring up about a 2nd down and 5 for the Tannen Cardinal. Clock winding, 3:40 to go.
And Travis Laird has really impressed me, David, blocking on the outside. He's done a great job. We saw him open up the hole for Reed Hutchinson at St. John Fisher, and now today he's had 2 good blocks.
4 receivers still on the field for Otterbein. Shotgun formation. And they're going to fake the give to Irvin, and he's going to keep it up the middle, carrying down to the 5 and into the 10 zone. Touchdown, Otterbein. Brick Davis faked it to his running back, Drew Irvin, and he carried for the around the right end and fooled everybody. His first rushing touchdown of the season, and it puts Otterbein on top 6-0.
And Brick Davis, David, ran the same play that Marietta did with Lucas Havens, who almost got a touchdown, but Will Brett saved a touchdown for Otterbein with the shoestring tackle. But right there, nobody going to stop Brick Davis, as he had good blocking in front of him, and Otterbein takes the 6-0 lead, and trying to make it 7 is Alana Gaither.
Alana Gaither, the senior kicker from Akron Firestone High School, comes out on the field 2 for 2 on extra points. Thomas Linder's the holder. Good snap, good hold, and it's a good kick. And Otterbein has themselves a 7-0 lead here at homecoming with 13:20 to go. And was a very nice drive as they came out of that quarter break, and they're able to move it down the field. And a nice play, the first time we've seen Davis keeping himself in the game, and he's able to pick up a touchdown on it.
Yeah, and I think that big play, David, of that drive was really Drew Irvin lowering his shoulders and getting that first down on 4th down. But Drew Irvin has been a guy, David, that we saw struggle at times. We've also seen him be great, and 2 plays that really got them down into Marietta territory was when he lowered his shoulders. So we'll see if Otterbein continues to go with him, but right now, Otterbein's running back starting to pick it up a bit, and their running game is really starting to get going.
That drive lasts 7 plays, takes up 58 yards, and 2 minutes and 7 seconds of the clock, and is capped off with a 16-yard rushing touchdown for senior quarterback Brick Davis, and Otterbein has the 7-0 lead here at homecoming. As we will see number 30, Anthony Ween, gets set for the kickoff for Otterbein, as they will try to boot it deep and pin Marietta deep in their own territory. Amani Williams and Messiah McDaniel, both freshmen, are standing on the 5-yard line awaiting Ween's kickoff. Ween takes his steps up, puts his right foot into the ball, and it's a high kick that will spiral at the 5-yard line, and it will be caught by Williams. Williams out across the 10-yard line, looking to cut back to the far sideline, out across the 20, and he's wrapped up there by the Otterbein special teams unit, brought down, and that's where the Pioneers will start the drive on the 23-yard line, looking to match Otterbein's last drive and tie the game up.
Yeah, we've seen kick coverage as well as punt coverage, David. Otterbein has done a good job so far early on in this season of being able to stop teams and not allow any big returns, and that's something I think Otterbein has done very well.
Marietta football, 1st and 10.
Marietta comes out, 1st down and 10 on the 24-yard line, 13-12 to go here in the first half from Memorial Stadium's Haven. Will be in shotgun formation with a running back standing behind him. Will be Stewart. The give is to Stewart, who's looking to cut it towards his right tackle, and he's able to carry and lower his shoulder pads and pick up about 4 yards.
Jones on the tackle.
As Otterbein will make some substitutions out on the field now, and will bring up about 2nd down and 6 now for the Pioneers. Clock winding now, under 13 minutes in the first half. Same formation for the Pioneers, 2 receivers to the near side, and standing in the backfield will be Isaiah Stewart, the junior, number 31. They're going to throw it in the screens, try to get it out to a receiver, gets past one. Boniface chasing him down. He pushes him out of bounds, but not before he can pick up the first down. It was Tannen Roberts, the senior, who caught it on the screen pass, and he's able to pick up enough yardage for the first down. Boniface pushes him out.
Yeah, and a good play there by Tannen Roberts. And, David, you can already see how electric he is with the speed that he has. And I'm surprised Marietta hasn't gotten him more involved already in the offense, but expect them to start throwing those screen passes more often.
6th first down of the game for the Pioneers. Clock winding, 12:34 to go in the second quarter. Ball on the 39-yard line, 1st and 10. Havens in shotgun formation, 2 receivers to the far side. He's going to give it to Stewart. Stewart looks to cut back on a little counter, and he's wrapped up, and only about a gain of 1. As it looked like getting in there for the first time might have been Mike Greenwell, the outside linebacker, and it'll be about a pickup of 1 and bring up 2nd down and 9. And the Pioneers are looking to move quickly now. No huddle offense. Back into the shotgun formation. Stewart standing behind of Havens. Havens takes the snap, fakes the give, looking to throw. He has it to Tannen Roberts. Roberts makes one man miss as he gets it out across the 50-yard line. And they'll pick up another Pioneer first down, and they are in Otterbein territory now. Move the chain, 7th first down of the game for the Pioneers.
And you see Tannen Roberts there just kind of shake off the coverage of Jordan Shell right there. And Marietta starting to move the ball down the field.
Roberts with 4 receptions in the game now. He's the receiver to the near side. Otterbein's cornerback showing blitz. They come with the blitz. Havens fakes the give. He keeps it himself going around the right end. And it's a good thing on that read option. He decided not to give it to his running back because he got smacked right up the middle. He keeps it himself, and he's able to pick up about 4 yards.
And Austin Jones, who we expect all season to really be involved, making some tackles right there. Everyone was going for Stewart, and luckily Austin Jones was there to make the tackle on Havens, or that could have been a big gain.
Clock winding, 11:27 to go in the first half. Otterbein with a touchdown lead. The Pioneers are driving, though, right on Cardi at midfield. Ball at the 45-yard line. Havens in shotgun, 2 receivers on the field, 2 tight ends. Anderson, the tight end on the near side. Fakes the give, bootlegging, rolling out, throws it, has it complete to his tight end. Out across the 40, has a first down, and is tripped up by Jordan Boniface. And a 15-yard gain and another first down for the Pioneers, who are really in business on this drive.
Yeah, and Lanessa right there just kind of snuck out. And a good play. They're not making Lucas Havens throw the ball really deep downfield, but he's making the effective plays.
Tight end on the field, 3 wide receivers, pistol formation. Stewart standing behind Havens, takes the shotgun snap. He's going to give it to Stewart, who carries up the middle, and he'll barrel forward for about 3 yards on that play, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Different formation we've seen for the Pioneers, using 2 tight ends now. And Yaneza and Tyler Anderson, their leading receivers, a pair of seniors out there, and Otterbein is having trouble defending it.
Yeah, Otterbein, we saw struggle last year with this hurry-up offense, and right now they're struggling a little bit.
Shotgun formation, 3 receivers on the field. Otterbein makes their checks defensively. 2nd down and 6. Shotgun snap, fakes the give, throws, and knocked it away from Shell. And it's a good thing he knocked it in and out of the hands of that receiver because he was close to the first down sticks. And it will bring up a 3rd down and 6 now for the Pioneers. Jordan Shell doing a good job keeping coverage on that far sideline. And it'll bring up 3rd down and 6. 10:29 to go in the first half for Coach Waddle's boys.
And right now, David Ty Compton not on the field. Not sure why he's not on the field. He might be injured.
Only 3 down linemen for Otterbein. They're going to fake the give to Stewart. Havens looking to go, and it's intercepted by Otterbein. Picked off by Moore, and he carries it out across the 35-yard line to the 37-yard line. Intercepted, the first pick off of the year for the Cardinal defense, and it couldn't come at a better time. Ryan Moore.
And it couldn't come from a more impressive player, David. In these first 2 games, Ryan Moore has been outstanding. And right there just jumps the route. Lucas Havens did not see him at all. He read that the whole way. Great pick from Ryan Moore. And now Otterbein in business with 10:19 to go here in the second quarter.
Moore had 13 tackles, a game high in the Week 1 loss. The Bishop Reedy graduate, a native of Grove City, not too far from us here in Westerville, has turned the tides of this game. And Otterbein with possession of the football. 3 receivers, trips to the near side, none to the far side. Reed Hutchinson standing behind Brick Davis. Davis looks to throw. He has it to Thompson. Thompson on a screen pass, and he gets absolutely nothing as the blocking was not too well in front of him. And it looks like he might have lost a yard or got back to the original line of scrimmage. It will bring up 2nd down and 10 as the clock is approaching 10 minutes to go in the first half.
Yeah, well, Otterbein had success with those screen passes, but more when they spread it out. When they go with those trips, it's very easy to read the screen pass if they end up throwing it because Marietta already had 3 defenders on this side of the field.
They're going to come out in the same exact formation, 3 receivers to the near side, and Laird, Toombs, and Thomas. Reed Hutchinson, the running back, in the pistol formation behind Brick Davis, and they're going to run the option to the far side. The pitch is going to go to Hutchinson. He puts the ball on the ground. The ball is loose, and Marietta says that they have it. No official signal yet as they're fighting for it, clawing for it. And still no official signal, and it is Marietta football. A not wise decision, to say the least, from Brick Davis to pitch that ball. It was not a good toss. It was outside the reach of Hutchinson. It looks like for a second he was going to get it. It falls on the turf, so Otterbein gets the defensive interception, and they give it right back to the Pioneers. They'll take over 1st and 10, 39-yard line. Couldn't tell who recovered it, but Hutchinson clearly never had a handle on the ball as the pitch was way behind him. He got one hand on it, and it fell to the turf. The Pioneers recover, and they'll take over at the 38, 1st and 10, 9:32 to go, trailing by a touchdown.
Yeah, Brick Davis probably would have been just better off trying to keep that and go up the middle, but instead made a pitch that wasn't a very good pitch to begin with, and it's now Marietta football, and a flag is now thrown on the field. Not sure what for yet.
And we'll get the call from our official down the field. Perhaps not, as the PA mics were working and now they're not working again. But it looks like it's going to be an illegal substitution on Marietta, and they'll back them up 5 more yards, and it'll be first down and 15. Move the ball back to the 43-yard line.
And Otterbein, David, really seems they get a big play, and then they give one right back to Marietta. So right now, still a defensive battle here in this game.
Havens will shift around his entire offense now as his 2 running backs will go out as receivers to the near side. Empty backfield. He's going to motion across his running back to the near side on a jet sweep, and he hands it off to Messiah McDaniel, the freshman who comes on the sweep and carries it. And he looks like he might have picked up maybe 1 yard as Zach Hamilton gets the stop for Otterbein. And that'll bring up second down and about 14.
And the Otterbein defense feeling very good right now because they know Marietta is going to want to try and run the ball, especially after Lucas Havens threw that last interception. But we'll see if Marietta shakes it up and tries to go back to the air.
Cannon Roberts, the receiver to the near side, as again more shifts for the Pioneers, and they'll go empty backfield. 3 receivers near side, 1 far side for Lucas Havens in shotgun formation. He takes the snap, 3-step drop. Here comes the pressure for Otterbein, and he's going to go down with the sack. Otterbein gets to him. Zach Hamilton looks like he was the first to get there and bring him down, and that'll bring up a third down and long for the Pioneers, and he came uncontested around that far side end.
Yeah, and Kyle Blues was there to finish it off, a guy who Otterbein really likes on the defensive side of the ball, but now third and long, really not even manageable for Marietta. So Otterbein in a very good position, and they're going to get the ball back with time here in the first half.
Third and about all the way to Fishball Field to get the first down for Otterbein. Officially 3rd and 22, clock winding, 8:17. Low snap, he's able to pick it up, and he's going to give it off to his running back, who is met in the backfield, spins out of 1 tackle, and goes absolutely nowhere as Messiah McDaniel. Clearly, they were just trying to play for field position that time and not try to pick up the first down on a delayed handoff. Got 1, and it'll bring the punt team out onto the field, and the Pioneers will try to pin Otterbein deep in their own territory as the clock is winding with 7:53 to go. Cole Binner going back to catch this punt.
Yeah, and Miles Crawley, a guy who, David, we saw when Marietta was down in the red zone make a big tackle, and right there he almost had a big tackle in the backfield. So Miles Crawley making his impact known already in this game.
Thomas Hinkle deep in punt formation. Cole Brenner standing on the Otterbein 10-yard line, looking to get a big return out of this. And it's not a good kick at all. It goes off the side of his foot, and it'll go out of bounds towards DeVore Hall on the Marietta sideline. Not a good kick at all. And Otterbein will take over in tremendous field position as he just shanked that one, did Thomas Hinkle.
It also looked like he was trying to keep the ball away from Cole Benner, kick it towards the sideline, not allow him to have a chance to return it, or really even for Otterbein to even touch the ball. He was trying to just kick that out of bounds and pin Otterbein deep, but instead gave Otterbein great field position at the 35-yard line.
Marietta is leading Otterbein in almost every statistical category except for the one that matters, and that is the scoreboard. Otterbein with the 7-0 lead. Otterbein's turned it over twice. The Pioneers just once. Otterbein with 2 penalty flags, only 86 yards of total offense, 119 for the Pioneers. And Rick Davis will bring his team out on the field and try to make it a 2-touchdown game here as Reed Hutchinson's going to join him in the backfield, standing to his left. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. The receiver in the slot is Cole Brenner. It's a low snap. He picks it up. They're going to try to get it. Brenner on a screen route and right in front of him and right in and out of his hands as he drops it. It was a forward pass, so it will go down as an incompletion. It'll bring up second down and 10. Right where you want it, though, right in his hands in motion, and Brenner just drops it.
Yeah, but right there, David, Marietta really picked up that screenplay, so I don't even think he was going to go anywhere. Might have lost a couple of yards, so a good thing that he dropped it.
Bryson Ray, Travis Laird, and Cole Benner, the receivers to the near side. Aaron Thompson, the receiver to the far side. Reed Hutchinson standing to the right of Brick Davis. Shotgun snap, 3-step drop. Here comes the pressure, looking to throw. He's got it off to Reed Hutchinson across the middle. Hutchinson with some room to run. He's out across the first down chains, out across the 50. The pile still moving to the 45-yard line as he keeps his legs moving. Otterbein picks up their 6th first down of the game, and they're in Pioneer territory now, driving, looking to score with 7:12 to go on the scoreboard.
Yeah, we saw them run that play with Drew Irvin. It didn't really go anywhere because Irvin couldn't get downhill that quickly, but with a faster back like Reed Hutchinson, he was able to get a big gain out of that play, and then a great push from the offensive line as the pile kept moving down the field.
Hutchinson with 148 rushing yards in week 1 and a big reception that time. As 1st and 10, ball on the 45-yard line in Pioneer territory. Shotgun snap. He's going to give it off to Hutchinson on a sweep coming to the near sideline. Hutchinson out across the 40-yard line as he's carrying towards the sideline. And he'll be about 3 yards short of the first down, but a nice first down pickup for the Tannen Cardinal.
Yeah, David, that's a play we might see Coach Daub continue to call throughout this entire season because Reed Hutchinson looks very explosive off that sweep. He's been able to get the corner a lot this season. We saw him get a touchdown off the sweep as well, and with Laird and Thompson blocking on the outside, there's not much a defense can do about that.
Otterbein will come out in a spread formation. 4 receivers on the field, 3 to the far side, 1 to the near side. Hutchinson standing to the left of his quarterback. Clock winding, 6:15. They're going to throw it a little screen pass to Hutchinson. He gets it out across the 40 to the 35, leaning forward, and he's able to stretch to the 30, and another back-to-back first down for Otterbein. And they're in business now at the clock stopped at 6:07, trying to extend their lead to 2 touchdowns now as Hutchinson is going to head over to the sideline and take a little breather. Drew Irvin, the former Jackson High School running back, checks into the game, and he will be standing to the right of his senior cornerback. Twins formation, Thompson, Ray, the receivers to the far side, and Laird and Benner, the receivers to the near side. Shotgun snap from Knoppenberger, 3-step drop, looking to throw, shakes off one defender, scrambling to the near side, throws, and he has it complete to Laird at the 25-yard line, slips off one tackler, 2, he's still going down to the 20-yard line, and it's close to another Otterbein first down, but more impressive was how Britt Davis was able to escape the pressure that time and get it off to Travis Laird on the near sideline, who broke 2 tackles and plunged forward, and it looks like it is going to be enough for an Otterbein first down. So 3 consecutive first downs on this drive. Otterbein in business. They're in the red zone. Ball on the 20-yard line on the near hash, moving left to right.
Travis Laird's first catch of the game, and it's a 10-yard gain. But right now, David, interesting, running back Reed Hutchinson is leading in the receiving category with 26 yards, 2 catches.
Same formation, Twins, 2 receivers to either side of the field. Drew Irvin standing to the right of Davis. Davis takes the shotgun snap. He's going to give it to Irvin. Irvin up the middle, out across the 10-yard line to the 5, lowers his shoulder pads and carries it all the way to the 2-yard line. 4 consecutive first downs for Otterbein on this drive, and they're just 2 yards away from making a 2-touchdown lead, and they're looking to move quickly here. No huddle again for Otterbein. Same formation. 4 receivers out on the field, and we're going to have a timeout from the Pioneers, and a wise call from Andy Waddle because Otterbein has all the momentum in this one, and he did not like what he was seeing out of his defense. He gets the timeout with 5:09. Otterbein with a first down, ball on the 2-yard line, up a touchdown, trying to make it 2.
Yeah, and Andy Waddle right there. David, he was already out on the left hash mark at the 20-yard line, yelling at the officials to give him a timeout. But how about that run from Drew Irvin? David lowered his shoulder pads, almost powered through the linebacking core of Marietta and just powered through, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it was Cody Rice who he absolutely just powered through. And right now, David, they do have all the momentum, and Drew Irvin is a guy I expect to see down here in the red zone. We saw him score an easy touchdown against St. John Fisher. Expect nothing different if he gets the ball.
This drive, Otterbein has overtaken Marietta for total yards. They have 149 compared to 119 for the Pioneers. 68 of them rushing for Otterbein, 81 of them for passing. Otterbein still has 2 timeouts, as does the Pioneers. This drive has lasted 6 plays, 63 yards, and has taken up almost 3 minutes of clock as Otterbein is about 24 inches away from making a 2-touchdown ball game. And it looks like they're going to come out in a offensive power formation. The fullback, Dylan Weirs, will stand to the right of Davis. Drew Irvin, the running back, in the pistol behind him. They're going to give it to Irvin. Irvin looking to dive for the end zone, and he is denied about a yard short, and the ball came out. The ball is loose, and Marietta says they have it. Marietta does. The second fumble of the game for Otterbein running back Drew Irvin. This time it comes on the 2-yard line, and Otterbein turns it over within inches of taking a 2-touchdown lead.
And David, we talked about missed opportunities in game 1. Another missed opportunity for Otterbein in the red zone, inside the 5-yard line. You have to punch it in, and right there, a mistake really by Drew Irvin to even try and dive for that. Just go down and go a second down, but right there he tries to dive. Ball gets knocked out probably by a helmet on the dive, and Marietta has the ball, but maybe we'll see Otterbein get a safety. Who knows?
5 minutes to go in the first half, and the Pioneers in the shadow of their own goal line, moving right to left, standing in the south end zone that says Cardinals. They're going to come out with 2 receivers to the far side. Otterbein looks like they're going to come with pressure. They are. They're going to give it up the middle, and lowering his shoulder pads is Stewart. He's able to dive out of the end zone and pick up about 2 yards that time, and the clock will tick under 5 minutes to go.
Yeah, and that was a good job there by Marietta to just give them some breathing space. They're now at the 5, so a big play there for Marietta to get out of a possible safety, but still not out of the danger.
Nick O'Neill checks into the game at running back, the freshman from Texas, 5'11", 252 pounds, and a load to bring down, and he's standing in pistol formation in the end zone as the Otterbein linebackers creep up. They're going to give it to O'Neill again, cutting, shifting. He gets past one tackler out across the 10-yard line and close to a Pioneer first down. And based on that spot, it looks like he has it, and he does. And Marietta has gotten out of their own end zone. And they will have the ball on about the 11-yard line with a 1st and 10, clock winding, 4:37 to go.
Yeah, Nick O'Neill, 252 pounds, David. That's a big load that he carries, and right now his load is really getting through that front line of Otterbein.
O'Neill in pistol formation, standing behind Havens. 3 receivers to the far sideline. They're going to give it to O'Neill again, and this time, actually, it looks like Havens kept it, as the Otterbein defense went after O'Neill, but it was Lucas Havens who kept it on that read option, and it's about the 3rd time he's confused me up in the booth, so I know it's really confusing that Otterbein defense out on the field. That time Jones is able to stay with him, though, and it looks like he just got back to the line of scrimmage, bring up 2nd down and 2. Clock winding, 4 minutes to go in the first half.
And David, a game that really possibly for Otterbein could be 14-0, but right now only 7-0.
3 down linemen for the Tanner Cardinal. Looks like they're going to bring blitz off the corners. They are. Here's the give to O'Neill. O'Neill carrying around the tackle, and Austin Jones was just holding on for dear life that time as he brings him down. And it looks like he's able to pick up about 4 yards that time, and it will bring up a 3rd down and manageable now for the boys from the Ohio River as they are trying to not only move the ball but milk some of this clock and not give the ball back to Otterbein with any time left on the scoreboard.
Expect for, if it's a 4th down situation, if Marietta doesn't pick up this 3rd down, expect Otterbein to call a timeout here and stop the clock.
Shotgun formation, O'Neill standing behind Havens, 2 receivers to the near side, a tight end to the far side. Shotgun snap, they're going to give it to O'Neill. O'Neill carrying around the left side, and he's able to pick the right side rather, and he's able to pick up the first down on that off tackle play, and the clock will stop with 3:09 in the first half as the chains will move, and Otterbein will substitute some fresh legs into the game now.
In a fight to the 26.
And the ball will be at the 26-yard line as the clock continues to wind. 3 minutes to go in the first half. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers to the near side. O'Neill, the running back in the backfield. They're going to look to pass. Havens looks to throw. He's in trouble. He's going to take off now as he's out across the 20-yard line to the 30, and he's wrapped up and brought down by Austin Jones, who again loses his helmet. The 2nd time he's done that in the game, and the Otterbein coaching staff was calling for holding. And I see no penalty flags on the field, so they're not going to get it. And Havens is able to pick up 9 yards, and they'll bring up a 2nd down and 1 now for the Pioneers. Otterbein's defense had him in the backfield, but he pulled a magic trick out of his back pocket and was able to get out of it and pick up 9 yards. Clock winding, 2:40 to go in the first half. 4 receivers on the field for the Pioneers, 3 to the far side, 1 to the near side. O'Neill, the running back, in the backfield behind Havens in the pistol formation. He looks to pass, 3-step drop. He throws, and over the head of O'Neill as Otterbein was coming with some pressure quickly that time, and in his face. And he had no time to get rid of it as number 45, Kyle Blust, the freshman defensive end from Mansfield, was right in his face. And not enough time to make a decent throw, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 1, and I imagine we'll see a power formation now out of the Pioneers.
And right now, Austin Jones getting his helmet worked on, so he's not on the field, David, and that's a big loss for Otterbein as he has most of the tackles here today for the Cards.
3rd down and 1, 2:30 to go in the first half. A huge 3rd down for the Cardinals. They're going to give it to O'Neill up the middle and actually faking it. It's Havens. Havens looking around the right end. He picks up the 1st down, and again, they run that read option, and Otterbein bites on it as they go after the running back. He's able to keep it. He reads the end, carries around, and it's another 1st down for the Pioneers. And the clock will stop at 2:23. I'll have it at the 40-yard line with a 1st and 10.
Yeah, and David, I don't think we've realized that Havens has kept the ball once. We've always said that he's handing it off, but Havens doing a good job of really reading the defense right now and waiting till the last minute to finally take it out of the stomach of the running back.
11 rushes in the game for Lucas Havens, and he's in the shotgun formation now. 1st and 10, looking to pass. Pump fakes. He's going to drop back, and he goes down with the sack as it was a little bit delayed. Looked like he might get out of it that time, but Otterbein comes with the pressure, and they get to him that time. And it's hard to tell who got the initial contact. But
I believe it was Preston Pearson who originally got there, and then Dalton Jarvis came in and made the tackle.
Jarvis, who plays both ways, sometimes at fullback and linebacker, finished it up, and it will bring up a 2nd down and 12. Clock winding. 1:35 to go in the first half. Otterbein up by a touchdown, 7-0. Pioneers coming out in a twins formation, 2 receivers to the near side. Jones back in the game at middle linebacker. O'Neal, the running back, standing behind Havens in the shotgun formation. Otterbein going to come with the blitz. Here's the pressure. Good protection. Looks to throw deep down the field. And he overshot his intended tight end that time. And Josh Yesna, who was wide open down the middle of the field, but way over top of his head, and it'll bring down a 3rd down and 12. And thankfully for Otterbein, it will stop the clock with 1:15 to go in the first half.
And David, there's the difference from last year to this year. Last year, Otterbein would not have gotten that pressure, and that pass would have been completed. This year, they get pressure in the face of Havens, so he doesn't have time to find Lanessa down the field.
Both teams still with 2 timeouts. $1:15 to go before we head to the locker room, and a big 3rd down for both teams now. 3rd down and 12. Ball at the 38-yard line. Looking to pass is Havens. He's going to throw. Has it in the slot, and he's not going to get the first down. Coach Daup looks like he's going to want to call his timeout. And the clock continues to tick with 1:05, 1:04, and it looks like Daup isn't going to take a timeout here. It brings up a huge 4th down, and we're under 1 minute to play, and now they take their timeout. So interesting why they decided to wait to 57 seconds when they could have called it with 1:05, but they finally get the timeout. 4th down and 4, and expect a punt from the Pioneers with 57 seconds to go in the half.
Yeah, and David, I think I was seeing what Daup was seeing, in that he was waiting for the punt team to come on and make sure that they were going to punt the ball away. If they're going to go for it, he doesn't want to waste a timeout, because if they get the stop and get the ball back there, then they're already in Marietta territory with 3 timeouts. But because they decided that they're going to punt the ball away, he took the timeout, and now Otterbein going to get the ball back with 2 timeouts and probably about 45, a little bit over 45 seconds to go.
We'll see if Andy Waddle does still decide to punt. And it looks like he is sending his punt unit out onto the field. And it will be Thomas Hinkle, who had an atrocious punt the last time. It went off the side of his foot, a net of only 20 yards. Cole Benner, the deep man for Otterbein, standing at the 15-yard line. 57 seconds to go in the first half. Otterbein looking to get a good return here and set themselves up in good territory to try to lead one more drive. 4th down and 4. Ball is at the 46-yard line, and it's a fake. Thomas is going to try to carry it around the left end. He has the first down and more, out across the 50 to the 40. Benner, the last man between him and the end zone, and he pushes him out of bounds. A fake for the Pioneers, and Otterbein fell for it completely, and it was the return man, Cole Benner, who saved a touchdown for Otterbein, pushing him out of bounds near the 25-yard line, and the Pioneers come up with a little bit of trickery, and they have a first down with 48 seconds left, trying to tie this ball game up, and Otterbein was completely fooled. They didn't see it coming.
Yeah, they did not see it coming at all. He faked a little rugby punt and then just left. I mean, the blocking of Marietta, Otterbein just went right with it. I mean, it was pretty much like Marietta just took him and pushed him off to the side, as Hinkle had a ton of room to run. And now Marietta in business now with 47 seconds to go.
Let's see if Otterbein's defense can hold him here. 47 seconds left. Ball on the 26. First down and 10 for the blue and white. It's a low snap on the ground. Havens picks it up. It's a backwards pass. That's a live ball. And they're going to say it was actually deflected. And now the officials are going to blow it dead as he was throwing it backwards, trying to get it to his fullback.
That was Lanessa there, yeah.
Yeah, and it was a backwards pass, I think, but the officials are saying it was tipped. And they're going to rule it was an incomplete pass because the clock has stopped. So they're going to rule it was a backwards pass tip, making it incomplete. So clock stop, 41 seconds, 2nd down and 10. The Pioneers trying to tie this ball game up in the waning seconds of the first half, trailing by a touchdown. Havens in the shotgun formation. O'Neal behind him. He gives it off to him, spinning, and he doesn't get too much out of it, only a gain of about 2 yards, as it looked like it was Austin Jones, the middle linebacker, who got to him first. And it looks like the Otterbein sideline is going to call a timeout. That's exactly what they're going to do, so they're going to burn their 2nd timeout of the game. And I don't think this is to preserve the clock, Elijah. Obviously, Otterbein doesn't want to give Marietta any more time. They want to just talk things over with the defense, is more what this is, and make sure that you know exactly what you want to do out there on the field.
Well, you know, David, Marietta likes to go for it on 4th down, so maybe you talk about here on 3rd down, if they do if they don't get it on 3rd down and they go for it on 4th down, just make sure everyone is in the right spots and thinking about the right stuff, because David, obviously Marietta has no confidence in Zach Pritchard, the freshman kicker, and we'll see if they do not end up picking up this 3rd down situation, if they do go for it or they try and go into halftime taking the points that they can get.
It's homecoming here at Memorial Stadium. A lot of fans in the stands, and they're watching one heck of a football game. A lot of fans at the homecoming parade before the game. as the streets were closed off and a lot of activities going on around campus. Nice to see a lot of the alumni. We saw Brent Ford, a former WOBN alumni. Kurt Ashcraft was in the press box with us just a little bit ago. We saw Josh Overholzer at the parade. So WOBN alumni in full here at homecoming at Otterbein. With 30 seconds on the field, the Cannon Cardinal in the white and blue return back to action. Ball at the 23-yard line, 3rd and 7, as the officials are looking to the sideline.
And David, this stadium holds about 5,000 people.
Not
and
many empty seats.
I'd say there's probably no empty seats, and then you got about 100 people that are standing on the field. So this is a great crowd and a great atmosphere here for the Cardinals today.
Parking definitely a premium, as people got here early for this game. It was about half filled an hour before kickoff, and there seems to be some confusion on the Otterbein sideline as Coach Daup is yelling at his coordinator and Brick Davis. The officials are looking over towards the sideline. Obviously, we have not heard the officials' PA mics very often this game, so we're not sure what seems to be the problem. I think we just saw a thumbs up, though, so perhaps we'll be ready for play. 30 seconds to go in the first half. I want to thank you for tuning in to today's broadcast here on 97.5 WOBN. Hope you're enjoying it as much as we're enjoying bringing it to you. Remember, next time you can catch us on a sports broadcast will be next Saturday from Wilmington, Ohio, as Otterbein will take on the Quakers, and hopefully they'll be doing so as a 1-1 football team. And still, play is not resumed on the field as the officials are looking over at Coach Daup. I think there might be a problem with the scoreboard, and they're trying to get more time put up on the scoreboard. The Otterbein coaches went over to the phone on the sideline, and they're trying to radio up to the scoreboard operator that either there needs to be more time or less time on the clock.
They want 32.5 seconds is what they're asking for, and there's 30.5 put up on the clock. And I think that right now they're just trying to figure out how they can communicate to the guy in the PA or in the scorer's box, because right now, obviously, his microphone isn't working. So we'll see if they get that fixed. But, David, looking at this game right now, I mean, Otterbein hasn't played bad in this football game. I mean, they have had, missed opportunities and stuff like that. But I think defensively, Otterbein has played the best you can play. And also, on the offensive side, without those 2 fumbles by Drew Irvin, this game could easily be a 21-0, even 28-0 game after the pick of Ryan Moore and then a fumble by Reed Hutchinson. So right now, David, I think Otterbein's sitting pretty.
You're exactly right, Elijah. That's what they wanted to do. They add exactly 2 seconds to the scoreboard. So it reads 32.5 seconds. And a 3rd down and 7 for the Pioneers. Ball at the 23-yard line. Shotgun formation in the pistol. Havens looking to throw. Here comes the pressure. Looking to throw, and he is brought down for the sack. Otterbein knocks him back. Kyle Plus, the freshman, gets to him. And I'm pretty sure he was held as he was coming around the edge, too. So it's a double whammy, and it'll bring up a 4th down. And I'm not sure who called the timeout, if it was Otterbein or if it was Marietta, but timeout has been called with 20 seconds on the field. It'll bring up a 4th down. Let's see if we see a field goal for the Pioneers or if they go for it. I'd like to have to imagine, Elijah, with the lack of confidence they have in their kicker and how deep in their Otterbein territory they are, we'll see them go for it here.
Yeah, what a play by Bless, David. I mean, comes off the edge, makes the shoestring tackle on Lucas Havens as he's trying to roll out. And it looks like they're going to reset the play clock, or excuse me, they're going to reset the game clock here to 25 seconds.
Timeout called by Marietta.
And the timeout was called by the Pioneers, so they are now down to just 1 timeout in this game. Otterbein still has 2 timeouts, and both teams are huddling up on their respective sidelines, and we'll see what the Pioneers decide to do here, if they opt to try to attempt a long field goal or if they try to go for it on 4th down.
And David, interesting fact here, Alana Gaither, who is on the Otterbein football team, the kicker for this Otterbein football team, she will be at halftime on the homecoming court.
That's correct.
So she is, in fact, on the homecoming court here today.
Stay with us at halftime. We'll announce the winners of the homecoming court. We'll have an interview with longtime equipment manager Skip Ford that Elijah did, along with stats, analysis, and scores from around the country. Well, they're going to opt to not go for the 40-yard three-pointer, and they're going to come out in the shotgun formation. Pair of receivers on either side of the field, full house backfield. Now they're going to motion the tight ends out to the far side. 4th down and 14, 25 seconds. Ball on the 30-yard line. Havens takes a low snap, looking to pass. Here comes the pressure again, and he's wrapped up and he's sacked. Consecutive plays. Zach Hamilton was one who finished him off. And Blues might have been in on that one again. And with 18 seconds left, Otterbein will take over.
You know, I believe it was Tyler Green that was there, but the guy who put the pressure on originally was Evan Bergstein. He came in the backfield, and he made Lucas Havens step up in the pocket, and then Tyler Green got a piece of him, and then finishing him off with Zach Hamilton. But right now, Otterbein, David, I think with good field position, and if they get a couple of quick long passes down the field, Nick Gannis might be attempting a long field goal.
Regardless of who made the tackle, a lot of Cardinal jerseys in the backfield surrounding Lucas Havens, and it'll be interesting to see here if Coach Delp decides to just sit on it or if he's going to try to run a play, and it looks like he's going to come out in the victory formation, and that is exactly what Coach Delp and the Otterbein Cardinals are going to do as Brick Davis takes a knee, and Otterbein is going to sit on it and head to the locker room satisfied with their 7-0 lead over the Marietta Pioneers as the clock continues to tick down. Coach Daup's going to huddle up with his players at the 50-yard line. And Elijah, you got to be pretty satisfied with the way things have gone out there. Obviously, you've missed some key opportunities, but you're still winning this football game.
Yeah, I mean, David, really we could be saying right now that Otterbein is dominating this football game. It's 28-0 going into the half. But you have to be very ecstatic with the way Otterbein is playing defense. I think you look at the pressure that they're getting. We didn't see that last year. You look at them, they're getting interceptions. We didn't see that last year. They're stopping people on 4th down. They're not allowing them, besides when Marietta got the ball down inside the 5-yard line, they're not allowing them to get very deep into Otterbein territory. I mean, this defense right now is shutting down Marietta, and while they don't lead in a lot of categories, still playing very well against this Marietta Pioneer team.
7-0, our score from Memorial Stadium. A 16-yard touchdown run from Brick Davis is the difference, and the Otterbein Cardinals have the lead here at homecoming. We're going to take a quick break here on 97.5 WOBN. When we come back, we'll have halftime stats analysis along with the marching band and the interview with Skip Ford. You're listening to the Otterbein Sports Radio Network on 97.5 WOBN. We'll be right back.
I'm Drew Brees, and being a dad means the world to me. And one of the most important things any parent can do is make sure their kids get active at least 60 minutes each day. Studies show that physical activity not only helps kids stay healthy, it can enhance important skills like concentration and problem solving, which can improve academic performance. This means physical activity can help your kids in the most important game of all, life. Learn more at fitness.gov.
Brought to you by HHS.
Can't make it to one of the football games this year? Well, WOBN has you covered.
The Otterbein Oak Club welcome you to Memorial Stadium, jointly financed by the Oak Club and Marietta Foundation. Invited to attend the annual Otterbein Oak Club homecoming dinner in Little Turtle following the game. Information is available in the Oak Club room located on the stadium lobby. Now we turn your attention to the track. Oak Club President Jack Matila will introduce the 2014 Oak Club Award recipients for you. Recipienting for the Excel Award this year, Otterbein class of 1979, Darrell Miller. And Otterbein class of 1955, Richard Tremere. And congratulations, these gentlemen, for their lifelong dedication to youth athletics. This year, the Oak Club is also honoring David Bonnie and Lehman for their outstanding contribution to Otterbein athletics, the university, and the Oak Club. Thanks to you, David Bonnie, for your service part, for your dedication, and for your service. And congratulations to David Bonnie and Lehman, Darrell Miller, and Richard Tremere for the Otterbein Oak Club for 2014, the homecoming recipients.
I put the camera on it because no one's answering.
Ladies and gentlemen, Otterbein University and the Department of Music proudly present the sound of Central Ohio, your 105th Cardinal Marching Band. Under the field command of Kristen Seymour, Austin Miller, and Matt Cole, Cardinal Marching Band presents a program unlike any other. This afternoon's show celebrates the 45th anniversary marked one of the pinnacles of psychedelic rock, Free Love, and the voice of a generation. The Cardinal Band opens its show with a medley of tunes from whose infamous rock opera, Tommy. Radio airplay today. This is Creed's Clearwater Revival's Traveling Band. Ladies and gentlemen, your Cardinal Marching Band. Director of Band at Otterbein University, Assistant Director of the Cardinal Marching Band, and Director of Wind, Brass, and Percussion Activities at Otterbein University, Dr. Joel Schonkweiler. Senior Assistants are Bree Love, Connor Scott. Our Percussion Coordinator is Eric Frisch. Color Guard Coordinator is Amanda Seymour. And finally, the voice of your Cardinal Marching Band, Jacob Parker. Thank you for supporting live music and attending this afternoon's event. And go Cards!
I'm awesome!
It is now time for the 2014 Homecoming Queen and King
Alright,
ceremony.
let's go. We gotta get this stuff too.
By Omar Flowers. We greatly appreciate their generous donation of this year's Fort Flowers and King's Bouquet. This year, the Homecoming Corps participated in a rock-a-thon competition, raising over $1,900 for Otterbein annual fund. Winning pair will be announced as they walk across the field. Let's get the ceremony started right now. Our first pair, Hannah Ewald and Andrew Zeller. Hannah is a women's theater and sexuality study and social justice double major from Ramona Beach, Delaware. He is sponsored by Marietta Honor Society. Andrew is an allied health major from Marysville. He's sponsored by the admissions office. Our next pair and Rockathon winners, Alana Gaither and Bryce Mitchell.
Skip Ford, who's the athletic facilities and equipment manager here at Otterbein. And Skip, I know you've been on all the boards and committees for this turf. You know, what has this process been like for you, having this turf being put in here at Memorial Stadium?
Well, obviously this is very exciting for us, and it's a process that's much more involved than I thought. Some of the fine details and that kind of things I wasn't involved in, but my input was asked, so I gave what I had. So.
And, you know, as this new turf is being put in, the grass is officially gone, but what are you most looking forward to see on the new turf and track as it is now being put in and finalized?
Well, I'm excited, you know, obviously for all the sports, and we're able to bring in the soccer's over, and both lacrosses will be able to play in the main stadium and sit like almost center of campus, and also I think brightens up the campus. I mean, it really pops the field and the new gear all around. So it's exciting for that. But and then from my standpoint, selfishly, it's really going to help my laundry situation. I don't have much mud and grass stains to mess with, so I'm excited about that.
And as people know, you're an alum of Otterbein.
Correct.
And what does homecoming weekend really mean to you as it's officially upon us?
Well, it's, you know, they've stayed pretty consistent with what it was way back when I was in the 70s here, and the parade and the organizations doing their thing with the floats, and that's always fun. It's a day where the athletes are really jacked up, and I think the whole campus comes alive, so it's exciting.
So in your time here, I know this one's going to take you probably back a little bit
Right.
through all of your time, but what is your favorite Otterbein football memory so far?
Well, you know, obviously in 2008, Otterbein team made the playoffs for the very first time. That was exciting. I felt so good for the coaches. They'd worked so hard, you know, and a lot of the coaches that part of that are still here, obviously. Coach Daup, at that point, was offensive coordinator, now the head coach. And Coach Loff was the head coach back then, and he's an alum. So having all those alums and now more and more be involved in that and see how excited they were, that was the pinnacle for me. But man, I can't go out saying when I was here as a student, I think one of the best teams too to come through here was the 77 team. And they were just a group of guys that got along, that were, I don't know what proper word to use, I hate saying, but they were older, and they a little ornery, and they were just real physical and had fun to watch play, and we just dominated so many teams that year. But those two teams are my favorite all time.
All right, well, thank you very much, Skip, for joining
so
me
much.
here. And
hope I didn't butcher it up too much.
Yeah, you didn't.
And I don't speak well, as Brent has told you on the radio. So.
All right, well, thank you very much.
Thanks for your time.
A great man and a great Otterbein Cardinal and longtime equipment manager, Otterbein alum, Skip Ford, and as you heard, is the father of, for those of you who are longtime listeners of WOBN, the father of Brent Ford, former voice of the Cardinals here on WOBN. Thank you, Skip, for joining us. I know you're running around the stadium somewhere today. Very busy, especially since it's homecoming. Well, speaking of homecoming, a long-time tradition, the King and Queen, and they were just announced here at Memorial Stadium, Elijah, and it's two people that we know very well. Perry Reynolds, who the term otter faces came up last year, and if I had to give someone an otter face, it would probably be Perry. He's all over the place. And the Queen, former softball player, Kristen Lakes.
Yeah, and Kristen Lakes this year actually was the head orientation leader, so she's obviously known among the freshmen as well. That always helps to have you known among the freshmen to get voted, but definitely a fun atmosphere, and we already see a decent amount of the crowd start to file out after the homecoming festivities, but still a good crowd on hand here to watch this second half between Otterbein and Marietta, and it should be a good second half to watch.
Two very deserving peoples in Perry Reynolds and Kristen Lakes to be crowned as your homecoming king and queen here at Otterbein University. 4 minutes to go until we come back onto the field as the players are starting to warm up with kickoffs and such. 7-0, your score here from Memorial Stadium. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have halftime statistics and analysis. It's David Kinder and Elijah Gonzalez here on the Otterbein Sports Radio Network. We'll be right back.
I'm Drew Brees, and being a dad means the world to me. And one of the most important things any parent can do is make sure their kids get active at least 60 minutes each day. Studies show that physical activity not only helps kids stay healthy, it can enhance important skills like concentration and problem solving, which can improve academic performance. This means physical activity can help your kids in the most important game of all, life. Learn more at fitness.gov.
Brought to you by HHS.
Can't make it to one of the football games this year? Well, WOBN has you covered with live broadcasts of all 10 football games this year, home and away. Join us 30 minutes before kickoff for pregame and stay with us long after the final whistle for analysis and updates on what else happened in college football. It's all right here on 97.5 WOBN and streaming live anywhere in the world on WOBN.net. Welcome back to Memorial Stadium. David Kinder and Elijah Gonzalez coming at you live from the Westerville, Ohio, where the Tannin Cardinal are up by a touchdown and going through their halftime workouts after the homecoming king and queen were just named. If you missed it, the king, Perry Reynolds, the queen, Kristen Lakes. And that brings us now to our trivia question. Elijah, there have been 6 Otterbein football players to play a single down or more in the NFL. The last was Stephen Schnarr in 1975. What team was he a member for? Was it A, the Buffalo Bills, B, the Baltimore Colts, C, the Cleveland Browns, or D, the Dallas Cowboys? If you think you have an answer to today's trivia question, you can tweet at WOBN. If you get it right, we'll give you a shout out on the air, and you come down to the studio and pick up a free WOBN t-shirt. So that's at WOBN, and be sure to follow us for updates on everything going on with our broadcast schedule. Elijah, you got a guess?
We'll have to come back to my guess.
Okay.
I'm not sure yet.
We'll give our answer during the first time out of the third quarter, and now it's time to look at some of the halftime statistics from the first half of today's action. Otterbein obviously leading by a touchdown, but Marietta has a strong lead in a lot of the other categories. They have a 12-9 advantage in first downs. They've rushed the ball 33 times for 107 yards compared to 15 and 66 for Otterbein. Otterbein has passed for 81 yards compared to 77 for Marietta. Otterbein has converted 1 of 3 on third downs, 4 of 12 for the Pioneers, who are also 2 of 5 on four-down conversions. Otterbein is 1 for 1. Taking a look at some of the individual statistics, it's Drew Irvin leading the way in rushing for the Cardinals, 7 carries, 28 yards. Brick Davis, 12 of 8 passing, 81 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Reed Hutchinson receiving leader for Otterbein with 2 receptions for 26 yards. Taking a look at the visitors from Marietta College, it is Thomas Hinkle who actually leads the team in rushing right now. The punter on that fake punt, 1 rush for 28 yards. As for regular backs, it's Nick O'Neill, 7 carries for 27 yards. Leading the way in receiving is number 6, Tanner Roberts, 4 receptions, 39 yards. And the starting quarterback, Lucas Havens, 11 completions, 20 attempts, has the 1 interception to Ryan Moore, 77 yards. And, of course, no touchdown in the game so far. So taking a look at the statistics, pretty even, and the scoreboard represents that, Elijah.
Yeah, it is pretty even. It's been a sloppy game so far for both teams. Otterbein, 3 turnovers in this football game. Marietta only with 1. But that really has been the story for Otterbein. Missed opportunities and turnovers. We saw twice. We saw Drew Irvin put the ball on the ground. We saw Brick Davis making it wasn't a great pitch to Reed Hutchinson. Maybe could have corralled it in a little bit. But, again, Reed Hutchinson drops the ball there. That's another fumble. So 3 fumbles for Otterbein, putting the ball on the deck. This game could easily be 28-0.
And we have yet to see Akil Young at quarterback, the freshman from Pittsburgh for the Pioneers, so that either leads us to believe that he is still injured from the first game, or perhaps we will see him in the second half and see Coach Waddle try to mix things up a little bit and try to get his team on the scoreboard. But as we said, the stats are very even, and the scoreboard is reflecting that right now.
Yeah, you're definitely right. The scoreboard is, in fact, doing that. But, David, Otterbein's going to get the ball to start the half, and they need something right out of this break or after halftime break to score or get some points on the board, because right now I think the 7-0 lead is going to go away if they make another turnover.
Well, both teams are huddling up, and as you said, Elijah, Otterbein won the toss deferred, so they're going to get the ball back and a chance to come out big and try to take a 2-touchdown lead over the Pioneers.
And now John Piles and Tyler Hammond will be back to return the kickoff for Otterbein. So John Piles and Hammond will be back. The kicker for the Marietta Pioneers will in fact be the place kicker, Zach Pritchard, the freshman. He will be doing the kickoff duties as we are set to begin the third quarter between Otterbein and Marietta here on the Otterbein Sports Radio Network. And Pritchard is ready. He tees it up and he kicks this one with his right foot. It goes to the 5. Hammond returns it. He's at the 10. He's at the 15, 20. He's still going 25, 30, and he's taken down at about the 32-yard line. So that is where Otterbein will start their first drive of the second half.
A nice return for the guy who was known on the team as Speedy, and he showed it that time. Caught it with his heels almost on the goal line. Surprised he decided to return that one, not let it bounce in the end zone for a touchback. He's able to bring it out across the 20-yard line, break a few tackles, and Otterbein's going to start across the 30-yard line, and anytime you can do that, it's a good thing.
And it looked like a good choice there as he got a little extra yardage than they would have got if he decided to let that one bounce and go in the end zone. So we see John Piles in the backfield for the first time along with Reed Hutchinson. They're out of the shotgun. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Aaron Thompson, the near side receiver. 2 running backs in the backfield, and Hutchinson and Piles, Brick Davis, the quarterback. Brick Davis takes the snap, play actions to Reed Hutchinson, and now an option. Goes to pitch to John Piles. Piles knocked down at about the 39-yard line. A good play there on the option, a read option there, and John Piles picks up a good gain.
And Elijah, that's the exact same play we saw the fumble on in the first half when they tried to pitch it out to Reed Hutchinson, and it was a wide pitch that time. It's a good pitch from Davis, and Piles, his junior running back, who is getting a lot more playing time as the season's going on, is able to pick up positive yardage.
Again, out of the shotgun, Brick Davis has Hutchinson to his left. Davis takes the snap, looks to throw, he rolls out of the pocket. Still looking around. At the 30, he drops back. He throws a deep ball to Cole Benner, and it's broken up. The throw was made by Davis to Benner, and it looks like shaken up. There was number 33. Looks like Dalton Fix, the defensive back. But Benner was wide open down the field, and they had a chance.
Yeah, Benner was going in stride, and he kind of had to turn around and start backpedaling and waiting for that ball. If Davis was able to put a little more juice on it, it would be a long touchdown pass. But what a job from the defensive backfield from the Pioneers to stay with the pass. A little underthrown, and they're able to tip it.
Third down now. The ball taken The snap is going to be on the left hash mark. Davis in the shotgun, takes the snap, looks to throw, he fires to Cole Benner, who's going to pick up the first down. 45-50, he's taken down at about the 49 is what they're officially going to mark him. So Cole Benner on the screen pass, and Otterbein picks up the first down. 14:06, Otterbein up 7-0.
Again, another play we saw in the first half that didn't work out for Otterbein, and this time it does. Trips to the near sideline, and they have Benner step back 2 steps. He catches on the screen. The first time he dropped it right in his hands. This time he catches it, and he's able to pick up an Otterbein first down.
So Davis getting his offense set. He's going to go out of the shotgun again. Reed Hutchinson will be to his left. Ball will be on the right hash mark, right on the 50-yard line. The near side receiver is Aaron Thompson. Bryson Ray, the tight end, motions out. And now he's going to motion back and set up on the line. 2 receivers to the far side. It's Travis Laird and Cole Benner. Davis takes the snap, hands it off to Reed Hutchinson, who goes up the gut, and he is stopped and goes nowhere. Might have lost one there. Officially marked about the 49.5. So he loses about a half a yard. And Otterbein going to hurry up here and get back up to the line.
And Davis was, as soon as that play, he handed it off. He could tell it was going nowhere. He looked over at the sideline and started yelling. I couldn't tell exactly who he was yelling at, but he was pretty animated with his hand gestures. And Coach Daup wasn't who he was directing it to, so interesting to know who he was upset with on that play.
Same formation, 3 receivers, 2 to the near side, 1 to the far. Laird, the far side receiver. Reed Hutchinson to Brick Davis's left. They go with the jet sweep. It's actually a play action, and Brick Davis takes it right up the middle. And he stopped right before the 44-yard line of Marietta. So now Otterbein into Marietta territory. 3rd down and manageable for Otterbein as they get the signal from the sideline.
And Davis pulled Lucas Havens out of his back pocket that time. He faked the give and confused us here and the defense out there. He thought he had handed it off to Hutchinson, but indeed he had kept it, and he's able to pick up some positive yardage.
3 receivers to the near side. Brick Davis in the shotgun. Reed Hutchinson to his right. He drops back. He looks to throw. He's going to step up in the pocket, and he's going to take off. Brick Davis is going to be, looks like a half an inch short of the first down, but expect Otterbein to go for it here as with 12:15 and the clock is moving right now. 7-0 Otterbein. Ball's going to be placed just on the right side.
And it's a good thing he did decide to run with it, Elijah, because he pump faked, and it looked like he was about to throw it downfield, but he was well past the line of scrimmage when he did that, and it would have been a penalty flag on him. So a good call to keep it from Davis, and they're waiting on the play still from the sidelines, and
a lot
play
of
clock is ticking down as it's 15 seconds, and they still haven't gotten the play, and the offense is throwing their hands up. And a lot of confusion down the sideline. Coach Daup has to call a timeout as they're all talking with offensive coordinator down there for Otterbein, Dan D'Amico, and couldn't get the play in.
Yeah, it looked like a lot of confusion down there, but Otterbein takes the timeout, 11:43 to go, 7-0. The Cardinals have the lead. And right now we're going to send it over to David Kinder, who has the trivia question and the answer to it.
If you think you know the trivia question answer, still a little bit of time to tweet in your answer. We got a couple text messages, one from my roommate Brady Willis, who will read the question again. There have been 6 Otterbein football players to play at least one down in the NFL. The last was Steven Shinar in 1975. What team was he on? A, Buffalo Bills, B, Baltimore Colts, C, Cleveland Browns, D, Dallas Cowboys. He said the Dallas Cowboys. Elijah, what say you?
I'm going to say Baltimore Colts.
You say the Baltimore Colts. The correct answer, A, the Buffalo Bills. Steven Shinar was a running back at Otterbein from 72 to 74, all OAC his senior year, and played for the Bills, who went 8-6 in 75, backing up O.J. Simpson as a running back.
Rick Davis out of the pistol. He has Reed Hutchinson in the backfield behind him. Aaron Thompson, the near side receiver. 2 receivers to the far side, and Benner and Laird. He motions Dylan Weirs over to his right. Now he hands it off to Reed Hutchinson, who goes up the over right tackle and picks up a good gain in the first down on 4th down.
Oh, a little extra.
And a little extra, yeah, it's going to be a flag.
That's on Marietta.
As Knoppenberger was the man who was blocking downfield.
Yeah.
And it looked like number 99.
That's Elijah Caldwell,
yeah,
the freshman defensive back. Another guy from Texas. A lot of out-of-staters on this team. He just pushed Knoppenberger down well after the play. No call for that. That's going to be a huge penalty flag on the Pioneers.
And so now Otterbein will set up again as Brick Davis they brought John Piles into the game, Otterbein has, and the ball is going to move now as it's a 15-yard penalty. So it'll move now to the Marietta 20. The ball will be placed on the right hash mark of the 20-yard line. Brick Davis out of the shotgun. He has Piles to his right and Hutchinson to his left. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Aaron Thompson, the near side receiver. Davis out of the shotgun, takes the snap, play actions to Piles. He looks to throw. He drops back. He throws to Benner, who catches it at the 9, throws it down to the 5, and he's taken out of bounds at the 5-yard line, it looks like. And that'll be a first down for Otterbein and first and goal situation yet again for the Cardinals.
What a veteran play that time from Brick Davis. Drops back, waits for the protection, which comes, throws it off of his back foot, finds the wide open receiver, playing like the senior that he is.
And now they're going to go out of the pistol. Piles is behind Brick Davis. Reed Hutchinson is to his left. Cole Benner and Travis Laird, the receivers on the far side. This time he's going to hand it off to Piles at the 5, at the 4, and he's taken down at about the 4-yard line as the ball was handed off to him. And now looks like they're going to bring in Chad McCray as well as Bryson Ray to bring in a little bit of a power set. Piles comes out of the game as well as Cole Benner. And Coach Daub is giving Bryson Ray the play call. And
usually they'd go with Drew Irvin in a play like this, but Reed Hutchinson's the running back. I guess Coach Daub might have lost a little faith in his big running back after he fumbled in a situation just like this in the first half.
Under center now Brick Davis is, as he has an ace formation here with Reed Hutchinson in the backfield. Now he's going to play action to Reed Hutchinson. He's going to throw, and Chad McCray with the catch in the end zone. Touchdown Cardinals as Brick Davis throws it to Chad McCray for a 3-yard touchdown pass.
That's exactly how you draw it up. You fake the give to Hutchinson and you boot to the far sideline. You confuse the defense, and actually the defensive backs for the Pioneers were in a good position to make that play, but Davis threw it exactly where it had to be for McCray to make the catch. He leaps, and he gets his first reception of the year, and it's for a touchdown to give Otterbein the 2-touchdown lead.
10:27 to go. The clock stopped as Alana Gaither will attempt the extra point to put Otterbein up 14-0. Here's the snap, good hold, good kick, and it is good. Otterbein 14, the Marietta Pioneers nothing. 10:27 here in the third quarter at Memorial Stadium.
That drive, 10 plays, 68 yards, used up 4 minutes and 26 seconds of the clock, and is capped off by a Brick Davis to Chad McCray, 3-yard touchdown pass, the first passing touchdown of the year for the Cardinals, the first reception of the year for Chad McCray, and it goes for 6, and Alana Gaither remains perfect on her extra point attempts.
So now we wait as Anthony Weens, I believe, will be doing the kicking as he will head out on the field. He will be doing the kickoff duties for Otterbein as Marietta will march out on the field for their first drive of the second half. And right now, David, Otterbein, the 14-0 lead, which could easily be 35-0 if they had converted on all their chances that they've had.
A lot of missed opportunities, and hopefully they don't come back to bite you, but if they do, it's going to be something that you're going to be brewing over all week long.
And Anthony Weens will put the ball down and measure it out as he drops back and he's ready for the kickoff. Marietta has 2 deep, back at about the 3-yard line. Weens kicks this one off with his right foot, and that one looks like it might go out of bounds. It will, so the ball will start for Marietta, the 35. So a mistake there by Anthony Weens, and the penalty is going to be upcoming, but not a good kick there, and good field position for Marietta.
The sun starts to shine a little bit here at Memorial Stadium now, Elijah. Gray and overcast most of the day, but now the sun peeks out from behind the clouds as the temperature's getting up in the high 70s, but a beautiful fall day for football, to say the least.
Havens out of the pistol now. He has 2 receivers to the far side. The running back behind him is McDaniel. Havens gives the signals to his offensive line and his receivers. And now he will take the snap, and he's going to hand this one off to McDaniel. McDaniel running it for about 5 as he gets to about the 41-yard line.
That was Shell who came up with the tackle that time, playing off his cornerback position. A lot of tackles in these first 2 games being made by the defensive backs by Otterbein, and sometimes that can be a problem, sometimes it can be a good thing. In that case, it was a good thing as Otterbein was able to keep contained and force him inside.
Same set now for Marietta. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. And now it's moving in motion. They're in the pistol. McDaniel is the one behind the quarterback, Lucas Havens. Havens now motions Laniza over, and he hands it off to McDaniel. McDaniel goes up the middle, over right tackle, and he gets a first down to about the 46-yard line of Marietta. And now the chains will move. And Marietta will hurry back up to the line.
13th first down of the game for the Pioneers, the same amount Otterbein has.
Tannen Spence, the only receiver that is out wide to the near side. Havens hands it off again to McDaniel. McDaniel tries to go up the middle, and he stopped. Looked like Tyler Green was the first one to get there to make the stop. It's going to be a loss of 1.
Now, what a great job all around by the front 3 linemen for the Otterbein defense. They did a great job clogging that middle up and allowing there for no running room to bounce it to the outside or up the middle.
And so now Lucas Havens will get his team set as he's talking to Laniza, who will line up as the up back to the left. McDaniel is the back behind Lucas Havens. Havens is going to hand it off yet again to McDaniel, who's going to try and go up the middle again, and he's taken down to maybe get back to the original line of scrimmage. He looked like he might have picked up 1.
Again, it was Tyler Green finishing off Evan Bergstein, the first one to get there, and he kind of held onto his ankles to hold him up till he could get some friends over there. And Tyler Green, the senior nose guard, comes and finishes off a tackle for loss of about 1 yard, and it brings up a big third down.
And now 4 wide receivers now for Marietta. McDaniel is the back behind Havens in the pistol. Havens takes the snap, he drops back, looks to throw, he fires, and it's caught by Tannen Roberts, and he's taken down after probably about a 2-yard pickup, but it's going to be 4th down for Marietta.
Jordan Shell in coverage that time, and he caught it about the 50 or the 47-yard line, but when he got tackled, he was back in Marietta territory around the 45-yard line, so Shell really drove him backwards. Forward progress will have it about the 49-yard line, and looks like we're going to see a punt, Elijah.
Ball on the right hash mark now as the punter for Marietta marches out onto the field. And we saw a fake punt come at the end of the half in the previous half as Thomas Hinkle ran it for 28 yards. We'll see if they see a fake again as we await the snap from the snapper, and they're going to do another fake. Hinkle trying to pick it up, and he didn't get there. He came up short, and really a poorly designed play as he just kind of took off with it, just kind of ran.
I'm going to guess that Coach Daup talked a lot in the halftime speech about defending fake punts, and he knew there was a chance that Coach Waddle would run again, and they run basically the exact same type of fake punt this time. Instead of running it towards the near sideline, he kind of just carries it right up the middle, but Otterbein is ready for it, and they make a tackle right on across the chest of Cardi, and Otterbein will take over right near midfield, about the 46-yard line. So a good job by the Otterbein defense to not be fooled on that one.
So Otterbein now comes out. It'll be Brick Davis that'll come out, and John Piles will be the up back. He'll be to Brick Davis's right. Reed Hutchinson behind him. 3 receivers, one to the far side, 2 to the near side. He motions out Reed Hutchinson. He's going to look for him, and now he's going to throw a screen to Piles. Piles caught it and dropped it, and it's going to be picked off, it looks like, as Piles bobbled it, and it got picked off.
I'm not sure exactly.
By number 29, it looked like, for Marietta, and it was Terrell Kyle, the freshman, who picked it off.
I guess technically you could score that as a fumble or an interception. Bob over the PA system just said pass complete and then a fumble. So he had it, and he only had it for a fraction of a second, and he went to make his turn, and it came out, and it didn't even hit the turf. It was caught in midair. So a questionable play that time from John Piles, and it really hurts Otterbein as the Pioneers take over in really good field position, Elijah.
Havens goes out of the pistol yet again. Tannen Roberts as well as Laniza are the receivers to the near side, and now they motion as Tyler Anderson moves over to the near side. Laniza goes to the up back position. McDaniel, the running back behind him. Havens takes the snap. He play actions to McDaniel. Now he's looking to throw, and he's going to go down. Kyle Blues with the tackle and the sack for Otterbein.
Second one of the game for the freshman from Mansfield. Had 5 tackles in the week 1 loss to St. John Fisher. This time he comes through with his second sack of the game. Havens was able to avoid the first man. Blust was there to able to take care of him and bring him down. Second sack of the game.
Second down and forever for Marietta as Havens has a receiver to the far side and one to the near side. The far side receiver is Tannen Roberts. He's had a big day. McDaniel is the back behind Havens. They hand it off to McDaniel, and he's going to pick up a couple after he drags the pile over right tackle.
It was looked like Dalton Jarvis that time, the sophomore linebacker, fullbacker from Bellevue, who was able to get first contact and bring him down and bring up a third down.
6:24 and counting, 14-0 Otterbein over Marietta. As now they bring out 2 receivers to the near side and 1 to the far side, as it is Malik Davis as well as Clay Moorfield who are to the near side. 2 receivers also to the far side. Havens drops back, looks to throw. He steps up in the pocket. He's being pressured, and he goes down yet again. That time it looked like Chuck Thacker first got there to make him step up, and then Hamilton and Jarvis coming in to finish him off. And now it's 4th down and long, and we are going to see a punt, at least the punt team come out.
Yeah.
We've seen them fake it every single time.
5th sack of the game, Elijah, for the Otterbein defense, and you're exactly right. It was number 91, the senior, Chuck Thacker from Whitehall, and he's the first to make contact, and then the rest of the defensive line gets there to finish him off. So 5 sacks now in the game for Otterbein compared to 0 on the other side of things for the Pioneers.
Thomas Hinkle is back to punt or fake the punt for Marietta. And this time he's going to rugby style kick this one downfield. And it's a pretty good punt as it bounces at about the 15-yard line and goes out of bounds at about the 10. So that's where Otterbein will start their 3rd drive, as their last drive was a fumble, a catch and a fumble by John Piles. So now at the 10 is where Otterbein will have the ball. Good crowd on hand here for the homecoming game. 5:14 to go. Otterbein 14, Marietta nothing. And the defense for Otterbein, David, has been stellar so far. Brick Davis, Reed Hutchinson are in the shotgun. Dylan Weirs is the up back. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. Aaron Thompson, the far side receiver. Brick Davis, hard count, doesn't get Marietta to jump, changes the play at the line. Davis takes the snap. Now they're going to run the option here. He options it out to Hutchinson, and Hutchinson almost lost 5 there, but he breaks a tackle, and he gains 5 as he gets to the 15-yard line, as he was pushed out of bounds after about a 5-yard gain. So they'll place the ball on the right hash mark.
That play had disaster written all over it after the pitch was made to Hutchinson. Looked like he was going to be tackled surely in the backfield for a loss, but he's able to make one man miss and pick up some positive yardage and bring up a 2nd down and 4.
Reed Hutchinson will be the back behind Brick Davis in the pistol. Weirs is to his left. Davis takes the snap, drops back, looks to throw, fires it down the field, and it's caught by Laird in the middle of the field at about the 38-yard line. A nice catch by Travis Laird, and even better throw by Brick Davis.
Yeah, it was a little bit behind him and had to stop for it, but a good job by Laird to be aware of where he is on the field. Wide open across the middle of the field, and he put some zip on the ball to Davis. He just needed to lead him a little more, and he probably could have picked up some yards after the catch.
And now Otterbein has a 1st and 10 here, as Ryan Toombs, Travis Laird, and Bryson Ray are the receivers to the near side, and Aaron Thompson is receiver to the far side. Reed Hutchinson in the shotgun next to Brick Davis. Davis takes the snap, looks to throw. It's a screen pass to Laird. Laird catches it at the about 35-yard line. He's taken down right there, so a loss is going to go for Otterbein, as Joe Ortega was there to make the tackle, and the defensive end read that play well.
Yeah, only 2 times this game we've really seen Brick Davis throw deep down the field, and the last play was really successful. I don't get why you go back to the screen after you have some success going downfield. Why not open it up again and try to hit the home run ball?
John Piles is now in the game at running back. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near. Aaron Thompson, the near side receiver. Davis in the shotgun. He takes the snap, and he's going to fake it to John Piles, and he's taken down at the 30-yard line by a bunch of Marietta players, including Joe Ortega, who made the last play as well.
That might be the first time we've seen the read option today in which the defense did not bite at all. They saw that that ball was not going to John Piles, and it was going to be kept by Davis, and he probably would have liked to hand that ball off because 3 white jerseys hit him immediately.
3rd and 17 for the Cardinals, as they're going to go 5 wide here. John Piles, Laird, as well as Ray are the receivers to the far side. To the near side, it's Toombs and Aaron Thompson. Davis out of the shotgun, takes the snap, drops back, looks to throw. He throws it deep down the sideline to Toombs, and he wants a flag. No flag's going to be thrown, as the coverage was made there by Cody Rice, the senior. But Toombs, a little back shoulder pass by Brick Davis, and Toombs and Davis are arguing about where that ball should have been thrown, but it's going to be 4th down, and we'll see Jordan Keaton come out and punt for the Cardinals. As back to return is Alex Smith for Marietta.
Keaton only 1 punt today. They did go 42 yards in the first half, however.
So Keaton back to punt. as the long snapper for Otterbein snaps this one back to Keaton. He takes it, and he almost got it blocked, but a spiraling kick that goes downfield. It bounces at about the 38. Smith picks it up, and he's taken down at the 32-yard line by Preston Pearson. Nice tackle there by the linebacker, who plays on special teams as well. So Marietta will come out for yet another drive here in the third quarter with 2:46 to go. Otterbein ahead in this one 14-0 over the Marietta Pioneers. Elijah Gonzalez and David Kinder here on the Otterbein Sports Radio Network. As Marietta comes out in the pistol formation, Laniza as well as Clem are out to the near side. O'Neal is the back behind Havens in the pistol. They motion Laniza to the up back position. Havens takes the snap, hands it off to O'Neal, who tries to go up the middle. He breaks a tackle, and now he's out to the 40, 45, still going, and he's taken down at the 49-yard line. 252 pounds for those of you that didn't hear earlier. So a big load, and right there just took a couple of defenders with him.
Yeah, it took two defensive backs to bring him down. Ryan Moore and Ty Compton finally got him to the turf.
Same formation here for Marietta out of the pistol. Havens takes the snap, going to hand it off again to O'Neal. O'Neal this time breaks a tackle. Now at the 45, Otterbein, and he's still going. 40, taken down at the 39 by Ryan Moore. And another big gain for O'Neal. And right now, the 252-pound back making his presence known.
The spin move in the backfield, how about that? Gets away from one defensive end, bounces off another, and he's able to pick up another first down. And they're in business now, moving the ball in Otterbein territory.
Havens, two receivers to the far side. And now they motion again. Laniza goes back to the up back position. Anderson moves over to the far side. Klum is the receiver out wide. They hand it off to O'Neal, who is behind Havens, and he's going to only get a couple this time as he's taken down by a bunch of Otterbein tacklers.
And Ty Compton is hurt. He's taking off his helmet. Looked like he might have got jabbed in the eye away from the ball, very away from the bar, 20 yards downfield, as a receiver kept pushing him after the play was over, and the medical staff is going out there quick, and it was clear as day to see something was wrong. He had to rip his helmet off, maybe got poked in the eye by a receiver or something, but Nick O'Neal has carried the ball 4 straight times for the Pioneers, and he's now the game's leading rusher. 10 totes for 57 yards along the 15 as Compton ripped his helmet off immediately, and the medical staff looks like they're looking at his eye, Elijah.
Yeah, that's exactly what it looks like. And, David, 1:56 to go here in the third quarter. Otterbein ahead in this one, 14-0 over the Marietta Pioneers. And assessing the play of Otterbein so far, and Ty Compton walking off on his own power. Looks like he is fine, just a little shaken up on that play.
I'll get a nice round of applause from the crowd here at Memorial Stadium. One of the fan favorites. Senior, a guy who got the number 5 jersey this year. Coach Daup decided to give it to him, a tradition at Otterbein for a captain and a leader to wear number 5, also a star baseball player here at Otterbein, and he'll head over to the sidelines to get further checked out, but hopefully he'll be okay and return to the game soon.
And so now Marietta comes out again in the same formation with one receiver wide. This time it's Heineman, who is the out wide to the far side. They motion again. A lot of motion going on as Heineman and as well as McDaniel and one other receiver for Marietta are on the far side. One to the near side is Tyler Anderson. Haven is now alone in the shotgun. He has 4 receivers. He takes the snap. They throw a screen pass. This one is caught way behind the line of scrimmage, and taken down was Kevin Caballero, who was the one who was tackled.
Yeah, it was Jordan Boniface who got there. And Elijah, I'm not so sure they weren't trying to do a receiver pass that time, because as soon as he caught it, he didn't make any sort of move to go upfield. It looked like he was trying to take a step backwards and get his right hand on the ball to go in a pass formation. But Otterbein was having none of it, as Jordan Boniface, who blocked a field goal against Marietta last year and picked it up to score a touchdown with a big play that time for a tackle for loss.
Clem and Heineman are the ones to the near side for Marietta at the receiver position. Ball in the right hash mark. Havens is the quarterback with O'Neal behind him. Havens takes the snap, drops back, looks to throw. It throws it deep downfield to Heineman, and it's incomplete. Jordan Keaton was there on the coverage. Ryan Moore was also over in the general vicinity, but the throw is too far for Heineman. And now it is 4th down, and a punt will come from Marietta with 44 seconds to go here in the third quarter, 14-0 Cardinals.
And Heineman actually had a step on Ryan Moore. He had him a little beat towards the inside of the field, and if Havens could have thrown a little bit of better ball, that might have gone for 6, but luckily it was a little over his head, and maybe we'll see a punt from the Pioneers here.
And Thomas Hinkle is the punter or fake punter, if that's what you want to call him, as he's faked it twice today. This time it's a low snap that hit the ground, but he's going to just punt it away again, and it bounces at the 11-yard line and goes out of bounds. We'll see where they spot it. This could be inside the 10. They're going to spot it again just at the 10-yard line. So that's where Otterbein will start their drive again here in the third quarter. 37 seconds. You got to believe that this drive, barring any crazy plays, will take Otterbein into the fourth quarter.
Brick Davis coming back out onto the field, and Elijah, it hasn't seemed like he's thrown a lot, but 14 of 21, no interceptions, a touchdown, and 121 yards passing, quietly having himself one heck of a game out there, leading this team. You said in the pregame you thought against St. John Fisher he did a good job managing the game. Well, doing a little bit better than that now, completing almost 70% of his passes, over 100 yards, and he's really not made the big mistake play, with the exception of probably that pitch to Reed Hutchinson on the option.
So now two receivers to the near side, one to the far side is Aaron Thompson. Ball on the left hash mark. Brick Davis in the shotgun with Reed Hutchinson. He drops back. He looks to throw. He fires the wide open Bryson Ray for a 10-yard gain and more, as he is taken down, still going on his feet as he was pushing a pile of Marietta players, and he's at the 29-yard line. So a big pickup there for Otterbein, a 19-yard pickup.
Yeah, the sophomore Bryson Ray from Olentangy Liberty. We talked in the coaches show with Coach Daup, and he really wanted to get the tight ends more involved in this offense and get them out there as receivers, and we see it that time.
Same formation, Reed Hutchinson to the right of Brick Davis. He takes the snap and hands it off to Hutchinson. Hutchinson goes over right tackle, and he's taken down at about the 31-yard line, so a couple of yards gained by Reed Hutchinson. And the clock running down, 5 seconds now. And it looks like Otterbein will just take this into the fourth quarter, and that's exactly what they'll do. End of the third quarter, Otterbein is ahead of Marietta by a score of 14-0. We're going to take a break here on the Otterbein Sports Radio Network, but when we come back, we'll have fourth quarter action right here on 97.5.
Be sure to log on to WOBN.net for a complete
When I grow up, I don't want to be a piece of garbage. And if you...
Brick Davis out of the shotgun now. Two receivers to the near side, two to the far. He's going to hand it off out of the shotgun to Reed Hutchinson at the 35, 40, 45, and he's going to pick up a big first down for Otterbein right out as we begin the fourth quarter with a big pickup for Otterbein. 14:53 clock stop. It's about to run again. Two receivers out to the far side. Same setup actually for Otterbein. Reed Hutchinson to the right. Ball placed on the right hash mark at the 45-yard line. Brick Davis out of the shotgun, takes the snap, hands it off to Reed Hutchinson, who's going to take a couple of tacklers and get about a 3-yard gain there for the Cardinals. And there on the stop for Marietta was again Joe Ortega, the defensive end. And now Otterbein again hurrying up here. Toombs and Laird, the receivers to the near side. And they motion Benner now to the near side, so three receivers to the near side. Aaron Thompson is the one to the far side. Reed Hutchinson to the left of Brick Davis. Ball's on the right hash mark of the 48-yard line. Davis takes the snap, drops back, looks to throw. It's a screen pass to Hutchinson. Hutchinson has a couple of blockers in front of him, and he's taken down at about the Marietta 45-yard line. He dived out of bounds there. And with 14:02, the clock stopped. Otterbein still with the 14-0 advantage over the Pioneers.
17th first down of the game for Otterbein as they're moving through that no huddle very quickly now. And a good play that time from Davis. He felt pressure and he dumped it off to a safety valve.
Piles now the running back to the left of Brick Davis. Still the same set. Two receivers to the near side, two to the far. Davis play actions to John Piles. Throws it to Toombs, who catches it at the 35. And now he's still going at the 30, and he's taken down at about the 29. and yet another first down for the Cardinals.
And looks like the Marietta defense is more concerned with trying to strip the ball than actually trying to get the receiver on the ground, as he's able to break a tackle that time because the DB was trying to rip the ball from him.
Laird and Benner, the receivers to the far side. Thompson and Toombs, the receivers to the near side. John Piles to the left of Davis. They hand it off to Piles. He goes up the middle. He's still going at the 25-20, and there's a flag. Looks like it might be a hold coming on the Cardinals. And it's going to be a face mask, it looks like, from what the official signaling, as John Piles picks up about 8.
Yeah, it's a face mask on the Pioneers.
So a 15-yard face mask, and Otterbein now moved into the red zone. They're going to move into about looks like they're going to spot it at the 10.
And not a whole lot of work for the Zebras in this game. That's just the 5th penalty flag of the game. 3 on Marietta, 3 on Otterbein.
So the ball will be placed on the left hash mark of the 10-yard line. 2 receivers to the far side, which are Laird and Benner. 2 receivers to the near side, which are Aaron Thompson and Ryan Toombs. John Piles is to the left of Brick Davis. Davis adjusting the play at the line. Now he takes the snap. He's going to hand this one off to Piles. Piles has nowhere to go, and he's taken down at about the 9 maybe. But they're going to say they're going to mark him at the back to the original line of scrimmage. 13-11 clock moving.
Absolutely nowhere to go that time for Piles, as each was trying to run behind his center, but a good job of stunning by the defensive line of the Pioneers and clogging up that middle.
Same formation now for the Cardinals. Piles to the left of Brick Davis, the quarterback. 2 receivers near side, 2 receivers to the far side. Ball on the left hash mark of the 20. Davis hands this one off to Piles. Piles at the 5. He's still going, and he's taken down at about the 3. John Piles with a nice run for the Cardinals. And now they're about 2 yards away from a first down and the 3 yards away from a touchdown.
Piles never scored a touchdown in his career, and now, unfortunately, it looks like he's not going to get to now as they substitute him out for Reed Hutchinson. But a good guy, who works very hard on the field, and you like to see him make good plays like that to get it real close to the goal line as they bring Hutchinson in at the backfield now.
John Piles looking like he substituted the position of Drew Irvin, as he is not in the game and has not seen any time here in the second half. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. The 2 receivers to the far side are Laird and Benner. Thompson goes in motion. Now Brick Davis rolls out. He throws to a wide open Thompson, and he dropped it. Aaron Thompson dropped that one in the end zone.
When you say wide open, you aren't kidding. There wasn't anyone within 10 yards of him that time in the far corner of the end zone. And you can see Thompson pointing to his chest saying, "My bad," but he was lined up as a slot receiver, and he came out on a break towards the far sideline, and no one was near him, right in the chest, and he dropped it. And what a tough way to try to settle for 3 now for Otterbein.
4th down, and Alana Gaither will come out with 12:02 to go in the 4th quarter to attempt the field goal here. Pretty much like an extra point. Ball's on the left hash mark, so she's a little off center. And the snap is good, the hold is good, and the kick is through. Otterbein 17, Marietta nothing.
That was the first field goal of the season for Alana Gaither. She had 2 of them last year, so 3 in the past 2 years. That drive for Otterbein goes 10 plays, takes 87 yards, and takes 3 minutes off the clock, and is capped off from a 22-yard field goal from Alana Gaither to give Otterbein a 3-possession lead.
Yeah, and David, we talked a lot about this defense, but how about the offense here in the second half? Really starting to pick up a little bit, and like you said, Brick Davis now 17 for 24 with 163 yards. Reed Hutchinson leading the way, rushing the ball with 12 carries on 54 yards. And then John Piles has come in with 5 carries, has 24 yards. So you look at this offense now, they're starting to move the ball a little bit.
And really, Davis should have 2 passing touchdowns instead of 1, as we saw Thompson just drop that pass in the end zone. But a very effective game for Brick Davis. He's quietly becoming one of the stars of this game. And if you didn't look at the stat sheet, he hasn't done any mind-boggling plays. He's just went out there and done exactly what's been asked of him.
And so now Anthony Weens will be doing the kickoff duties yet again for the Cardinals. As he tees up the ball now, Weens is the sophomore from Lebanon, Ohio, and Lebanon High School. Weens is going to kick it to McDaniel, who is the deep receiver, as he kicks it, and McDaniel is going to let this one go and bounce in the end zone a couple of times, so it'll be a touchback for Marietta, and they will start on the 25-yard line of Otterbein. And now the offense for Marietta marches out on the field, and we still see Havens in this game. Have not seen Akeel Young who is the freshman that played and started before he got out. He went out with an injury. So they go out of the pistol. Haven't really seen much besides the pistol from this team. O'Neal is the one in the backfield. 2 receivers to the near side. It's Roberts as well as Heineman. Havens takes the snap. He's going to hand this one off to his big back, O'Neal. O'Neal spins off one tackler, and now he's taken down at the 29-yard line. And it looked like it was Jalen Liggins who made the tackle for the Cardinals. So a decent pickup for Marietta as 11:45 clock running. Otterbein 17, Marietta nothing here on the Otterbein Sports Radio Network. Havens off the left hash mark, same formation here for Marietta. They hand it off to O'Neal. He goes over left tackle, gets a good gain, couple of yards to just over the 30-yard line. 3rd down and short for Marietta. The clock is now moving again, 11:20 and counting. Ball still on the left hash mark. The tight ends are Laniza as well as Tyler Anderson. The deep back is O'Neal. Out of the pistol is Havens. Heineman is to the near side. Roberts is to the far side. They move Laniza to the up back position. And Havens, play actions. He rolls around, throws, and caught by Heineman. But Havens took a shot.
Zach Hamilton got it from one side, and Austin Jones got it from the backside, and he's really going to feel that one in the morning. But kudos to him. He's able to stand in the pocket and deliver a nice strike for a Marietta 1st down, and they're in Cardinal territory now.
In Cardinal territory, ball on the right hash mark of the 49-yard line. Havens is the quarterback. O'Neal is the guy behind him in the pistol. 2 receivers to the far side. And now they hand it off to O'Neal, who's going to try and go over right tackle, and he's taken down by a couple of tacklers. Looked like John Vincent was the first one to get there and make the tackle.
And they blew that play dead awfully quickly, but credit to O'Neal. He never stops moving his legs no matter what, no matter how many guys are on him. He always keeps his legs churning, and that time it didn't work out for him, but a couple of times he's been able to pick up a few extra yards because of it.
2nd and 10 from the 49, still on the right hash mark. O'Neal is the guy behind Havens in the pistol. Tannen, Roberts, and Heineman are the receivers to the far side. Havens takes the snap, play actions, looks to throw, and Will Brett is right there to make the sack back at the 40-yard line. Didn't even have time to line up the throw, and they're going to mark him back at the 42-yard line. Ball will still be placed at the right hash mark, but what a play by Will Brett. As we see a couple of substitutions come in.
Yeah, as soon as he turned around, the sophomore from Olentangy High School was right in his face, his first sack of the season, and it really pins Marietta back now, and they have a 3rd and 19 to convert.
4 receivers, 3 to the near side, 3 to the far side, 1 to the near side. Tyler Anderson, the near side receiver. Ball on the right hash mark. Out of the pistol. Havens drops back, looks to throw, takes a hit from Bergstein. Throw is complete to Laniza, and he's taken down at the 45, but he's going to be well short of the 1st down. So on the 45 of the Otterbein side of the field, as Marietta is working left to right on your radio dial, Otterbein working right to left. And clock moving at 9:15 and counting here in the 4th quarter. 17-0 in favor of the Cardinals.
Clock is definitely Otterbein's friend here, and you want to try to work it as much as you can. Take all the time you can in between these plays.
Going for it on 4th down is Marietta. Havens drops back, looks to throw, is pressured. He's moving around out of the pocket. He's trying to break a tackle by Dalton Jarvis, and he can't, and is pushed out of bounds. Short of the 1st down, Otterbein takes over on downs.
Can't say enough about how well Otterbein has played defensively in this game, and really look forward to talking with Coach Daup on Wednesday on the Tim Daup Coaches Show, which you can listen to right here on 97.5 WOBN, as we will talk with, I believe it will be Zach Hamilton, linebacker, so perfect. We'll have a linebacker to talk about the pressure that they have been able to get on the quarterback today, and what a tremendous job they have done making Lucas Havens feel uncomfortable back there.
And so now Otterbein will come out. It's still Brick Davis at the quarterback position. 17-0, Otterbein, 8:54 to go. Davis has Weirs to his left in the up back position. They're out of the pistol. Piles is the back behind Brick Davis. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. They motion Benner. Benner takes the jet sweep, and he's going to be tackled at about the 47, 48-yard line. So that will be the tackle made by Corey Hunsberger.
If you're Otterbein, no rush here. Clock is approaching the 8.5-minute mark. You're up by 3 possessions. The longer you take, the better for you. Start to milk some of that clock and work it down to double zeros and take all the time you want.
Drew Irvin has not played a single snap here in the 2nd half. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. They motion John Piles out of the backfield. They're going to hand this one off to Tyler Hammond, and he goes up the field at the 40 of Marietta. 35, still going and taken down at the 32. Tyler Hammond with a big gain for Otterbein. And with 8:16 and the clock stopped to reset the chains, Otterbein has a first down.
That's the first carry of the season for the Pick Central grad, and it's a big one as he's able to get a first down. You bring up a good point about Drew Irvin, Elijah. He's sort of standing off to his side, and we didn't see him get hurt in that first half, so we got to imagine Daup just isn't playing him.
So now two running backs in the backfield, Piles and Tyler Hammond. Two receivers to the far side. They're going to hand it off again to Hammond at the 30. Still going and taken down at the 25, so a good gain there for Tyler Hammond. Tyler Speedy Hammond, as they call him on the team. And now the ball will be placed on the left hash mark of the 25-yard line. One receiver is going to be to the near side, two receivers to the far side. It's Benner and Laird on the far side. Aaron Thompson, the receiver on the near side. Hammond is the up back in the pistol as Brick Davis has Piles behind him. Davis gives the signals and takes the snap. He hands it off to Piles, who's at the 25, and he's taken down at about the 23-yard line, so a pickup of 2 for John Piles, 7:28 and counting. The Otterbein Cardinals look to have this one in total control. It's been all Otterbein pretty much this entire game, besides Marietta trying to score a touchdown when they were on the 1.5-yard line. Didn't get it on 4th down, and after that, haven't really had a chance since. Brick Davis out of the shotgun now. John Piles to his left. Two receivers, Aaron Thompson and Toombs to the near side. Benner as well as Laird to the far side. He motions Piles over to his right. Ball's on the left hash mark of the 23. Brick Davis takes the snap. They're going to option this one. Davis is just going to keep it himself, and he got the first down, but not before he ran through a couple of Marietta tacklers and took a hit after he got the first.
He took a nasty and unconventional hit that time. First he was tripped up, and as he was falling, kind of turned his back away from the defense and took another bump, but he's a tough guy, a big guy, and he seems to be okay. And another first down for Otterbein, and they've already taken 3 minutes off the clock on this drive alone.
Yeah, 6:40 and counting. Davis out of the shotgun, two receivers to the far side, two to the near. John Piles, the running back, to his right. Ball on the right hash mark of the 21. Davis talking to his lineman, now takes the snap. He hands it off to Piles, who gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe. They're going to say he picked up 1. So John Piles carries that one for the Cardinals. 6:16 and the clock is running. Still no timeout has come from Marietta yet. Looks like they're going to go with the same set here as they get the play call from the sideline.
Marietta still has all 3 timeouts, Otterbein with 2, and as we've hit 6 minutes, they haven't used one yet.
It's Laird, Toombs, and Benner to the near side, and Aaron Thompson to the far side. John Piles in the shotgun on the right side of Brick Davis. Davis talking to his receivers, make sure they had the play call. Now he takes the snap. He's going to hand this one off to Piles on a sweep. Piles to the 20, 15, 10, 5. John Piles still going, and they're going to call it a touchdown.
There's a flag.
It might be a hold, and it looks like it will be a hold. It is. But John Piles looked like he almost had himself a touchdown. It's going to get called back.
Oh, what a shame. He was so excited when he popped up, thought he finally had his first college touchdown, and now he's going to have to come over to the sideline, and they're going to call the hold. I'm not sure who the hold was on, but Coach Daup isn't happy about it. He's out there on the field yelling at the offense, but Otterbein still able to milk the clock now. 4 minutes gone, up 17-0, and
could have padded the score there a bit too, make it 24-0. But John Piles has come in, and he's done a tremendous job. Didn't get a carry in the first half, but he got a carry. He got 7 carries here in this half, and he's got 27 yards.
Almost a touchdown, too. Now Speedy Hammond in the game at running back.
So Tyler Hammond, as David said, is in the game at running back. Brick Davis out of the shotgun. Benner and Laird to the far side. Aaron Thompson to the near side. Second down and about 10. And they're going to say Otterbein jumped here as 3 penalty markers are on the ground.
Yeah, it looked like it was Jared Withers, the left guard from Canton Glen Oak, who had the first jump.
His first start here today for the Cardinals. He did not get the start in the game against St. John Fisher in Rochester, as Michael Zaki was the man that they decided to put in his position.
Yeah, and when we asked Coach Daup on Wednesday on the show if he had any lineup changes, he said no. So either he was lying to us or something happened to Zaki between Wednesday and Saturday that prevented him from playing in this game.
Tyler Hammond again, the running back to the right of Brick Davis. It's Bryson Ray, Cole Benner, and Laird, far side. Ball's on the 25 left hash mark. Brick Davis drops back, looks to throw. It's a swing pass to Tyler Hammond, who gets to the 20. He's down to the 15, still going at the 10. He's knocked out of bounds. Tyler Hammond with a nice gain, and the clock is going to stop with 5:31 to go. Otterbein up 17-0. and they're in Marietta territory at the 10.
A beautiful little pitch and catch that time as he just floats it right over the head of the defensive end on that little screen route, and it's right into the hands of Hammond, who's able to catch it in stride right where it should be, pick up the first down.
So 5:31 clock stop. They're going to officially mark it at the 11. So the ball's going to be on the right hash mark of the 11. Brick Davis has Tyler Hammond to his right. Benner and Laird, his receivers, to the near side. Aaron Thompson to the far side. Davis takes the snap. Play actions to Tyler Hammond. He's got a wide open Bryson Ray, who almost made a one-handed grab. We saw him make a one-handed grab last season against Heidelberg.
Yep. That time it was behind his back. This time it would have been a one-handed grab over the top of his head. He was all by himself at the 5-yard line, and that pass was so over his head, I wasn't sure if Brick Davis was going for him or if he was going for Aaron Thomas, who was in the far corner of the end zone, but just out of the reach of the fingertips of his tight end that time, and falls to the ground, and he missed him. He would have had a wide-open touchdown, no one between him and the end zone if he could have hit his tight end.
Bryson Ray switches sides now, and it's 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near. Thompson, Benner, and Laird are the near side receivers. Hammond in the backfield. They hand this one off on a sweep to Hammond. Hammond tries to get a tackler off on and it looks like he's still going. He's at the 5, and he's taken down, but Hammond with a stiff arm, and he stiff-armed the helmet off of number 55, Aaron Johnson, the defensive lineman. But little Tyler Hammond makes a nice play, and he gets down to about the 6 is where they're officially going to mark it.
Yeah, Hammond used the left trigger on that time and used the stiff arm and pushed him right off of him. Kept going, broke a few tackles, and now he's at the 4-yard line. And Otterbein looking to pad this score with 4:52 and really put it out of reach for the Pioneers.
3rd down for the Cardinals, 4:52. The clock is moving, 17-0 in favor of Otterbein. Tyler Hammond, who's not really known for his strength, more for his speed, makes a nice play there with his strength. 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near. Ball's on the left hash mark of the 4-yard line. Brick Davis in the shotgun. Drops back. He looks to throw. It's a swing pass to Hammond. Caught at the 10. Now he gets to the 5, and he's going to get to the original line of scrimmage, and that's it. So the ball will be placed on the right hash mark of, again, the 4-yard line. And we'll see what Otterbein decides to do if they send Alana Gaither out there, and that's exactly what they will do. So Alana Gaither will go out to attempt another field goal with 4:12 and counting. Clock is moving. Thomas Linder, the holder for the Cardinals. Ball's on the right hash mark, as I said, on the 4-yard line.
And Gaither perfect on all of her kicks today, 2 for 2 on extra points. And we saw her kick a field goal on the last drive, too, about the same distance as this one, about 3 yards longer this time, though.
And still a decent-sized crowd here at Memorial Stadium, as it was homecoming day today. And now the snap is there, the hold is down, and the kick is good. Alana Gaither stays perfect. And now, with 3:41 to go, Otterbein ahead in this one by a score of 20-0. And David, we talked about the defense, but how about the offense here in the second half? Moving the ball, this is the second time that they've put the ball in Marietta territory inside the 5, and Alana Gaither has kicked the field goal. So they're making this reasonable for Alana Gaither to kick these field goals.
Not only getting the 3 points from Gaither, but you also took 5 minutes and 13 seconds off the clock, a 12-play drive, 52 yards, 5:13 off the clock, and it ended with a 21-yard field goal that was good for Alana Gaither, her second of the game. And you kill that much time off the clock, and you come away with points, Elijah, you're going to have a winning combination, and up by 3 scores now with only 3:41. It seems like an impossible mountain for Marietta to climb to try to get back into this game.
And not a good sight that David and I are seeing on the sideline as Ryan Mickle is in a lot of pain as he is over sitting on the bench talking to a couple of the trainers. But that would not be a good sight, as he's really been one of the leaders on that offensive line this season. As Anthony Weens will kick it off. Ryan Mickle, only a junior, but really in his experience as a varsity player, it's really been, he's a freshman, hasn't had a lot of experience, and Anthony Weens will do the kicking for Otterbein with 3:41 to go. Otterbein up 20-0 over the Pioneers of Marietta. He kicks this one away, and this one is going to go out of bounds yet again. So starting at the 35 is Marietta. We've seen Weens do that twice, and that's something that Coach Daup will hopefully talk about on the coaches show as well, is the kicking game has struggled a bit here on the kickoffs. And now ball starting at the 35 on the right hash mark.
And Elijah, I don't see Ty Compton out on the field. He got hurt with what looked like an eye injury last time he was out there don't see him out on the field right now, so hopefully it's just precautionary and nothing too serious.
There's been a lot of plays in this game that Ty Compton hasn't been out there for, even in the first half, as now the referee is going to, looks like he's going to switch out the balls here, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Here on the first game of the artificial turf at Memorial Stadium, and Otterbein has a 20-0 lead, a great way to start your season on the turf, as Havens is out of the pistol. McDaniel is the back behind him. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near. The near side receiver is Heineman. They throw this one out to Laniza, who is still going at the 40, and he's taken down at the 42-yard line, probably officially marked at the 43. This is exactly what they'll do. Clock moving, 3:28 to go. Tannen Roberts is now the far side receiver. 2 receivers to the near side. It's Heineman and Laniza. Out of the pistol now is Havens. We have not seen Akil Young, who started the game against Kenyon. Havens drops back, looks to throw. He fires to Laniza, who got lit up, and he dropped the pass. He was lit up by Pearson, Preston Pearson, and Austin Jones made the tackle as well. And a catch was not made by Laniza. So 3:11 clock stopped. 3rd and 2 now for Marietta. Ball in the left hash mark of the 43-yard line. Havens is in the pistol. Heineman and Laniza are the receivers to the near side. Tannen Roberts is the receiver to the far side. McDaniel is the back behind Havens. Looks like Otterman's going to bring pressure with Pearson, as well as Austin Jones almost jumped. As Havens now adjusts the play at the line. He drops back. He looks to throw. Bergstein was almost got there, and then he throws it deep to Tannen Roberts, and what a catch by Tannen Roberts. Pushed off of Jordan Shell just enough, but what a catch by Tannen Roberts. Looked like he caught it at the 20. Then there's a penalty flag. It looks like it's going to be roughing the passer on Bergstein. So he's upset, and that's exactly what it's going to be. Well, it's an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. Not sure if it was, in fact, roughing the passer. But now the ball will move even farther into Otterbein territory as with 3:05 to go.
And you know, Elijah, the game might be out of hand, but this defense wants to keep that goose egg up on the scoreboard. The last time an Otterbein defense had a shutout, it was the very first game of my freshman year against Gallaudet. So it's been a while. They won that one 15-0. So it's been a while, and you want to keep that streak going, or you don't want to keep that streak going, and you want to keep the goose egg.
2 receivers to the near side. Havens drops back. He looks to throw. He's looking for Tannen Roberts, who was held, and there's going to be a flag. And that's 2 times now that we've seen Jordan Shell get beat.
That pass interference I'm okay with, though, because if he doesn't do it, it's a touchdown in the end zone for the Pioneers. He had to grab on for dear life and just try to stop him some way. Otherwise, it would have been a wide-open touchdown. So sometimes you'll take the 15 yards rather than the touchdown.
Yeah,
but, Elijah, I mean, these guys are going to claw and scratch to try to keep that shutout up on the board. And it is pass interference, and it will move it even deeper into Otterbein territory. But, yeah, it's been a while. 2012, the season opener, when they took on Gallaudet, beat them 15-0 in a thrilling game that the defense even got a safety in. So they pitched the shutout and got the safety.
Yeah, and right there, it is not like the NFL, so the ball will not go down to the 1 as the play was in the end zone. However, Havens will go out of the pistol yet again. Tannen Roberts, again the receiver to the far side by himself. Now Liggins covering him. Havens drops back. He looks to throw to Tannen Roberts. Wow. He made Liggins fall down there on his cut, but he dropped the pass at the 2-yard line as he had to dive for that. Not a very good throw from Havens, but Tannen Roberts, David, as we've seen, he is an electric player for Marietta.
Yeah, he's up to 6 receptions for 73 yards. That last one, a 30-yard reception, and they're really trying to target him here now that they're close to the end zone because they figure he's their best way to get in the end zone.
Isolating him by himself on the far side. Ball is on the left hash mark. The throw by Havens is intercepted by Jordan Boniface. There goes Boniface at the 20, 25 Otterbein, 30. He's still going. 35, 40, 45, 50. Boniface still going. 35, 30, 25, 20. 10, and he's taken down at the 12. Jordan Boniface picks it off, and he's taken down at the 12-yard line. Otterbein will start the drive at the Marietta 12 with 2:24 to go and a 20-0 lead.
Oh, he caught it, and from the 50 to about the 10-yard line, it was a cat-and-mouse game with the returner as he was going one way and Boniface was cutting the other, and at the last possible moment, it looked like he might have got a piece of his face mask to drag him down, but 86-yard return for Boniface. We mentioned it against Marietta last year. He picked up that blocked field goal and ran it back for a touchdown, so Jordan Boniface obviously likes to play Marietta. Huge plays. That one might keep the shutout on the board for Otterbein and even a chance to tack on some more points. And it looks like we're going to see a new quarterback into the game for the Tannin Cardinal.
2:24 to go, and as David said, a new quarterback in the game. It's Kevin Green. He will get to see some action here as Brick Davis out of the game now. Dylan Weirs is the up back. They're out of the pistol. John Piles is behind Kevin Green. Piles takes the handoff, and he gets to about the 10. So that'll be about a 1-yard gain for John Piles.
Now that was the first varsity play in the career of the junior Kevin Green. He wears number 18, 6'1", 205 pounds, a graduate of Buckeye Valley High School in Delaware, Ohio. So Coach Daub getting some work in for his backups after a good day from Brick Davis.
Ball on the right hash mark of the 10-yard line. Thompson is the receiver to the far side, and Laird and Toombs are the receivers to the near side. Piles is the back behind Kevin Green in the pistol. Dylan Weirs, the freshman, is the up back in the formation. Kevin Green with 1:43 and counting here in the fourth quarter, hands it off to John Piles. Piles goes over left tackle, and he picks up 1. That's officially what they're going to say. Third down now for Otterbein. 1:32 clock moving, and Otterbein looks to have all but sealed up a shutout here against Marietta with a 20-0 lead, and the clock still moving. Bryson Ray and Chad McCray are coming into the game. Dylan Weirs is going to come out to the sideline. Piles, they're actually going to huddle up now with 1 minute and 6 seconds to go in the game and counting.
Just 10 seconds on the play clock, though.
Kevin Green out of the pistol now. McCray and Ray are the tight ends. Thompson is the receiver to the near side, and Laird is the one to the far. They hand this one off to John Piles, and he's going to pick up maybe 1, but it's 4th down now for Otterbein. Clock is still moving. No timeout's going to come from Marietta, so you got to think Alana Gaither. They just set her up for a field goal, but it looks like they're going to keep the offense out there.
Probably just going to run another play up the middle and not try to rub it into the face of the Pioneers with kicking a field goal. That's exactly what they're going to do as Green goes back to the huddle. They'll just run another play up the middle, and if they don't get the first down or the touchdown, they'll obviously turn it over on downs to Marietta as the clock's winding with 20 seconds.
Ball set in the middle of the field on the 8-yard line. Kevin Green out of the pistol. Chad McCray, Bryson Ray, the tight ends. Laird to the near side. Thompson to the far side. This game all but over. 10 seconds to go now. Here's the handoff to John Piles. John Piles goes up the middle, and he's stopped at about the 6-yard line, maybe 7, but it does not matter. The clock has run out here on the first game at Memorial Stadium with artificial turf, and the Otterbein Cardinals win it by a score of 20-0. We are going to take a break here on the Otterbein Sports Radio Network, but when we come back, we'll have final stats and analysis. But once again, the Otterbein Cardinals defeat the Marietta Pioneers by a score of 20-0 here on homecoming. We'll be right back. Elijah Gonzalez, David Kinder on the wild card.
I'm Dominique Dawes, and there's a big advantage parents can give their kids: making sure they get active at least 60 minutes each day. Studies show that physical activity not only helps kids stay healthy,